been 5 years, everybody. This is our 5th year anniversary. This is our 5th year of doing the podcast. This is the podcast. This is the week that we did our first ever podcast 5 years ago. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Can you believe it? Yes, we can.
I cannot.
It's one hand.
It's one hand. It is one hand.
Well, it's
Whoa.
a full hand.
It's a full hand cupped.
Yeah.
It's
right
it's
there.
a big full hand
Big full
of
hand.
fingers
There you
and
go.
a thumb.
Welcome, everybody. Happy 5-year anniversary. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for supporting us these past 5 years. It's been fantastic. It's been a blast. A lot of great experience. The community has grown. It continues to grow, and it blows my mind how awesome this community is and has been, and
Yeah.
hopefully continues to be for another 5 years. In 5 years, dude, we'll be celebrating our 10-year anniversary in 5 years. That makes me feel old.
That'll be two hands.
That'll be 2 hands.
2 full hands. 8 fingers and 2 thumbs.
2 thumbs. Oh.
That's exactly right.
As always, I'm joined by the bros, the X1Bros. First, it's Mr. McSpicy.
Howdy.
Jord the Man.
Hello.
And I am X1, and we are here to talk all things gaming and Xbox One. And so let's jump right into it.
Oh, let's do it.
Sekiro.
Sekiro.
However you
Shadows
say
die
it.
twice.
Shadows die twice.
I feel like this is a game where if you say it, you gotta say the whole name.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like we should
It's
just...
like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja
Shippuden.
Storm
Yeah.
3. Yeah,
I can see that, too.
yeah,
SSDT. How's that? Can I just say
Ooh,
that?
I like that a lot.
yeah.
Wait, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Right?
Yeah, that's good. SSDT.
I did it right.
The SSDT.
You looked at me like I was stupid.
Oh,
Or you could just...
I hate it when you look
Or
at me
even
like
better, Sekiro SDT.
Sekiro SDT.
STD flipped around.
Sekiro
That's
STD.
good. All right, let's start. Let's start. That game dropped today. Let's start with Mr. McSpicy. We've all had a chance to play it. We actually played it for our couch cast earlier today, and then we went home and had a chance to play a little bit more. Let's start with the man who loves the Dark Souls series. This is made by From Software. It is from Dark Souls. I mean, the guys that do Dark Souls, Sekiro, their latest iteration. McSpicy, give us your first impressions, thoughts, feelings, and ideas about Sekiro. Sekiro. SDT. Shadows Die Twice.
I absolutely love this game.
Boom.
I love this game.
What is it that you like about it that makes you love it so much?
It's got a Dark Souls vibe and a Batman Arkham Asylum vibe.
Dude, that's true. That's true with the grappling hook.
It is awesome. That's when you put those two together, that's a sandwich I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
I get that.
peanut butter jelly. I never
and
I never
cheese.
realized and cheese?
So have you ever had a peanut butter jelly and cheese sandwich?
I actually never have.
It's my invention. It's glorious. My wife was laughing at me making fun of it. Then I made her one. She was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
Whoa.
yeah, yeah,
Is that why she married you?
yeah." Well, those are the only. That's not the only whoa that she married me. Reason she married me. But yes,
Oh my gosh. Oh, I did not. I've never done that.
All right.
What I have done before is cornflakes and peanut butter and an apple. Have you ever done that?
Oh, yeah.
You get an
That
apple, you
sounds
slice
good.
an apple, put peanut butter on it, and then dip it in the cornflakes.
that sounds good.
It'll change your life.
Okay.
It is so good.
I'm open to anything.
Obviously.
So Sekiro, Vulcan Rawl says it's God of War meets Last Samurai.
Well, yeah, but that's a movie and a game.
But-
Kind of what this is.
So you said Batman and Dark Souls combines
Yeah,
a little bit
but
of both?
it is. I mean, because it's all in like the Japanese world of the 1600s. I mean,
Sure.
it is so good. And for those of you that don't like a Dark Souls, initially this is very much more forgiving. Although I'm now to a point where things are getting harder.
Yeah.
I think it ramps up. In the old Dark Souls games, like 1, 2, and 3, and Bloodborne and all this stuff, the difficulty is really high right at the beginning, so it turned a lot of people off, I would assume, because they're like, where do I go? Who do I fight? How do I fight them? How do I win? Right? And it's just like, I'll go play Madden. That's like what happens. But this one, it's much more forgiving initially. Basically, the first guy you fight is just smash your buttons together and you'll win, right? Then the next one is you can parry and then fight them, and then the next one is it's really cool how they did the tutorial, and then it ramps up really hard, which
That
is
is cool.
good. It
Yeah.
gets you hooked, literally, and then you're then you're addicted to it. It is a great game.
So Dark Souls has lore, like you said earlier, attached to the weapons that you've kind of got to go research yourself. This puts a story front and center for you.
Yeah.
Do you like that about this? Do you like this shift, or would you prefer the traditional Dark Souls style?
No, this is great.
Yeah.
I like both. Like the old Dark Souls, I like the mystery of everything. Like the initial cutscenes in those games are like, whoa. Well, that's cool. I don't know what the heck that means.
Yeah.
And it's like you're falling through a lake into another universe, and then there's weird clouds, and it just makes no sense. It's very Japanese.
Yeah.
Right?
Or high.
Or you're smoking high.
Actually, today when we finished, while I was doing yard work, listened to Dark Souls: The Complete Story
Oh.
on YouTube. Yeah.
So you were able
So
to
that
listen-
weird lake thing.
Yeah.
I know it. It makes sense now.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I do
It's
know...
actually like a really good high fantasy story
Yeah.
that I never knew was there.
Well, I do know that the old ladies that you talk to, there are things that when I was playing it, linked yourself to other worlds that other Dark Souls worlds, right? So there was a linking, but they were all kind of standalone stories,
Yeah.
I felt. And then you get weapons, and then you learn all about the owner of the weapon, where he came from, what he did for the kingdom, et cetera, et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera. So you can learn that way. This game, you have a really kick-butt opening cinematic. And then you go right in the first 3 minutes, you learn that you are a bad A that is trying to save someone, right? Which is all men need that in their lives, right? And
I need
probably
it.
women. But I know I like to save people.
Yeah.
I like to go in and save people. And you are like a sworn person to a family kind of a thing, and you're protecting people, right? You learn this in the first minute, so there's no spoilers here, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil the game. I'm not even that far in. It's just there are these cinematics that are a lot more fluid and fluent in this game versus Dark Souls, and they get you pumped
Right away.
blood, your blood pumping. So good.
So what is superior mechanically to Dark Souls?
I don't know. Well, I think they've improved the engine. I'm assuming it's the same engine as the other engines. Sure. It's definitely improved. Like Dark Souls 1, when you play that, it's wonky a little bit.
Sure.
Dark Souls 2, it has its own characteristics, and it's still wonky. Dark Souls 3 feels more forgiving than the other. It's like they've improved it.
Sure.
If I were to compare these two, I would say, or these two series, I would say this one is much more arcadey in a way.
Okay. Yeah.
And the other ones are much more simulator-y.
And the arcade, because of the grappling hook and the way you can fly around so quickly of the map, verticality.
Yes, you can fly around. I love that there's stealth, and there's stealth kills, and you can move around the map stealthily.
Yeah.
There's also, you can throw stuff and distract enemies. That really hasn't been in the other series before, and I like stealth games. So there's that added to it. I think the combat is much more fluid, and I like that it's a different way of fighting. And the other ones, it's just a health bar and you kill them. Right?
Okay.
You learn any enemy's animations. You dodge when he moves this way. You dodge to the right when he moves that way. You jump, or you dodge back, etc. You learn the animations. They added the fight mechanics into kind of the lore of the game.
Sure.
Where you're a ninja. Not a ninja. What are you?
Yeah, ninja. A shinobi.
Ninja,
A
shinobi.
shinobi.
Same thing.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I found out. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
Because we had this discussion whether a shinobi is a samurai or not.
Sure.
You find out really quickly.
Oh, okay.
What's going on?
Very cool.
You're not a.
I would like to know.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is by the way, this is a light, moderate spoilers. You learn this in the first 10 minutes of the game.
Because I always
15
thought
minutes of the game.
shinobi meant ninja.
I am going to put on the music though.
Can you be a ninja samurai? Like half and half?
Yes, you can. Well, okay, hold on. Let me turn on this music. When you hear this music, right here, this means I'm talking about the game.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Spoilers.
And it's a moderate spoiler. I'm doing this out of the courtesy of my heart. We could probably talk.
You're a very courteous man.
Anything in the first 10 minutes of the game, 10, 20 minutes, I feel like we don't need to, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
So,
How courteous of you.
yeah, if you hear this music and you don't want to be spoiled, just hit that 30 seconds forward, and we'll keep going. Okay, so in the first, you know how you go to the child king,
Sure, yeah.
whatever the heir,
Boy/girl.
the boy/girl. We couldn't figure out what gender it was. And you take him through, and it's like the first initial cutscene of the game. I'm pretty sure, because I replayed this, I'm pretty sure that guy you fight is samurai.
Yeah,
and it's the war against the samurai and the shinobi.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because he's the one in the cutscene that killed
that's
that
why
first guy, because he was the one that started the coup.
Well, that's why he's dressed up like a traditional samurai that we know, like with the helmet and the mask.
Big effing bow.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that cutscene is awesome. Do you know what I really like? Okay, I really like Division 2. Let's talk about Division 2 just real quick. I really like that game.
We can turn off elevator music.
No, I'm still going to be spoiling. I'm still going to spoil it. But I don't like that my protagonist character doesn't have a voice.
Oh, okay, sure.
This one, we have a voice in this game.
Well, it's kind of like a Master Chief voice. He only speaks when he needs to.
He only says what he needs to say.
There's a cutscene when you meet that guy, the samurai guy, right?
Sure.
And the boy, the heir, starts walking forward, and you stop him. And then you flick your thumb out to release the sword. That made me feel so awesome to be that person.
That was cool.
I'm like, even though things didn't turn out too well, I really liked that scene of I'm protecting this kid, and then he starts walking forward because he feels he's defeated, and I just go, no, you get out of here, boy. You know, kind of like, I got this.
Stop.
All right, I'm gonna stop. I love that cutscene.
The samurai/shinobis are about to fight.
Yeah, and there's more to the story. Oh. Before anything else, one more thing to answer your initial question, the half and half. You pick up booklets to learn shinobi skills, and then you can also learn samurai skills, from what I understand.
Okay. Well, because I always thought shinobi was the Japanese term for ninja. Right?
I think it is. I think it is.
So they're different.
Yeah.
It's basically kind of clans. Right?
I'm gonna end the music.
They're rival
now.
clans.
Yeah. So I really like that you're gonna become like a possible hybrid. So, and spoilers.
So must buy in your opinion, McSpicy?
For most people, yes.
Okay.
I know that Dark Souls doesn't appeal to a lot of people.
Okay.
This is a much more forgiving Dark Souls initially to get you hooked, and I would say it's like a gateway drug, kind of a deal. For me, absolutely, I am going to be stopped. I'm not going to be playing Division 2 for a while.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play any other game. This is going to be my baby for a while.
Wow, is that good, Jordan? First impressions, go. Agree? Anything different from McSpicy?
No, I really like it too. I like that the story is more front and center.
Yeah.
So although Dark Souls, like Mark said, there's a mystery about it. Like you don't know what's going on. There's that mystery that hooks you in. But no, this is really good. I like the movement. I would compare it to. I mean, it's obviously Dark Souls-ish, but it's kind of more. I feel like it's a little bit more Bloodborne. Bloodborne, you didn't really have shields either, and I felt like Bloodborne was a little bit quicker paced than Dark Souls. Not like super fast. I think this game, Shadows Die Twice, is the quickest out of the entire From Software genre.
Batman
like
and grapple.
Well, I mean, the movement is much faster, right?
Yeah.
So because I was kind of getting that Bloodborne feel, I was like, oh, the movement's a little bit quicker. The dodging, it just felt quicker, but. I really like it a lot. The one thing I like a lot about it is I like what would you call it? Double combat system so basically in the combat there's there's the enemy's health bar, right? And then there's what's it called? The
like if you stun, it's like if you stun them.
Yeah, what's it called? There's a name. It's No, not parry. The bar that comes up on the enemy. It's their posture bar.
Posture bar.
Yeah.
That's what I love. So the combat is different in that way. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
The posture. Basically, what you could do is you can hack and slash the guy all day all day long if you want. But if you parry correctly, and basically if you use the game mechanics correctly, you can they call it a death blow, which essentially takes out a full bar of health, right?
Yeah.
And if an enemy has 2 bars of health, you parry a couple times, do 2 death blows, and he's gone, right? Or you spend 35 minutes trying to hack him down. You know what I mean? So
it's so cool because what you're trying. That's what I was talking about. They put the mechanics in the game in the lore. You're a shinobi, and you're trying to get your opponent off balance.
Yeah.
That's what. And they have a off balance meter. It's this.
what I
posture.
like is everything you can do to your opponent, they can do to you, so they can get you off balance as well because you have your own posture bar. But it's really good.
So good.
And
they have the little symbols that pop up that say you cannot block this, so you have to dodge it.
Yeah, which is really cool. And the die twice ability.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten far enough to where I haven't seen the implications of like. Okay, so you can die, and then usually in Dark Souls or Bloodborne, you had to run back and grab your echoes or souls, right?
Yeah.
Whatever whichever game you were playing. In this one, when you die, you lose half your money, or you can resurrect on the spot. Right?
Half your money and half your experience.
Oh yeah, and half your experience. Yeah.
So that's kind of the souls part of this. Right?
And I kind of like that it's like you don't even have a chance to go. It's gone. Right. The chance is you can resurrect. Because when you resurrect, I don't think you lose them. They're still there.
Correct.
But if you die when you resurrect,
you have one. Initially, you have one resurrection.
Yeah, one resurrection. Now, when you die, when you resurrect, before your resurrect meter builds up again, right? Or you visit a Buddha statue, is what they're called, or something like that. Yeah. The NPCs get the dragon rot debuff on them,
which makes them sick.
Yeah. Now, which I don't know what the implications of that are yet. Have you gotten that far where, yeah.
So eventually it will affect the world in some way, so that in an incentive to not resurrect.
Yeah. And that's when I was watching reviews and people play it, they said it's very strategic to resurrect and not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you want to, sometimes you don't. But I don't know what the dragon rot... I know you can cure people of the dragon rot, but you kind of have to go through a process. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what... Like, for example, if a shopkeeper gets the dragon rot, can I not buy his items? Because that would be pretty... That's a bit, you know what I mean? That's like, ooh,
that's a big
debuff. Yeah, like, oh, you know what I mean? So,
that,
what does the dragon? I just haven't gotten that far.
It makes me feel sad for losing, for dying. I'm like, because when I die, everyone else around me gets sick.
Right now, it's just an emotional incentive for you.
Yeah.
Overall, though, Jordan, recommend for you?
I really like it. I think if you like Dark Souls or Blood, any From Software game,
let me ask you this, because
like this
Contini brought this up in chat. He says he wishes there was co-op option. How do you guys feel about lack of co-op? So the other Dark Souls had this option. They also had kind of a PvP multiplayer aspect to it. But co-op, like you and Jordan would play co-op, especially against boss fights and stuff like that.
I've thought about this. So another major difference between Dark Souls and this game is in Dark Souls, you can roleplay. You can choose 8 different character types.
Class, yeah.
And then level up your strength, level up your stamina, your dexterity, etc. Mm-hmm. This, you are a protagonist that is pre-built, that has very specific things. Even though there are skill trees, it's not like your traditional RPG ranking, level up, fill out the everything, right? I think that makes it. I mean, PvP in Dark Souls, you could do builds and be like, I'm going to do a pyro build, or I'm going to do a strength build in PvP, right? So you could build your characters out. That no longer exists in this kind of world.
Yeah, you're one type of samurai, and everybody has the same ability.
Yeah,
no, not samurai.
Sorry,
Shinobi. Yeah.
Sorry for all the.
Well, no, when they were making this game, they went through and basically said from the beginning, they decided, hey, we're doing single player. Which, if you think about it, when you make a single player game and a multiplayer game, I mean, when you do single player, you can do stuff that you can't do in a multiplayer game. Like you can do certain set pieces and all different. Because when you add another player to that mix, it really changes a lot, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the storytelling's better in this pure single player game.
Yeah,
I really do.
So
there are exceptions, but I really do feel that single player.
And like Mark said, it's not like Dark Souls where you go back to the main base or the overworld or the bonfire and put your points into vitality and stamina. When you level up, that stuff just goes automatically.
As far as like the
like your health and stuff like that, all that just goes automatically as you level. The only thing there is a bar, like you said, it's your
experience bar.
Magic arm is your skill tree.
You do,
right?
yeah. Well, you can get skill trees, like you can unlock. So I have gone further than you in the game.
Yeah.
So when you level up, you get a skill point, and that skill point you can put into 3 different classes. You can put it into Shinobi, you can put it into Samurai, and you can do it into something else.
Yeah.
And you can't level those up until you get a booklet of stuff to train with. Anyways, so you can rank up stuff. You can do a skill tree in those specific things, but you can't do more strength, more vitality, more dexterity, more stamina, all that stuff.
That's just automatic as you level up like that. You don't need to worry about that. It follows you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Oh, yeah, and you can pause the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no co-op or no chance of your world being invaded.
Correct, yes. You can pause the game, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Especially when you're about to die.
Jordan,
pause, think about it.
Jordan, a must-buy for you as well?
Yeah, I think if you like the Dark Souls, if you like From Software, it's definitely one of their games.
It definitely is. I enjoy this game, so I never played Dark Souls 3. The last Dark Souls I played was Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 3, I mean, I enjoyed Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1 I really enjoyed.
Did we ever beat Dark Souls 3?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I
Did
did.
Was I?
Dark Souls 3 came out. There was a lot of
it.
other games out at that time, and so I chose not to jump into it.
Yeah.
This because of the samurai, the shinobi aspect to it. Sorry, because of the story. That's a much bigger draw to me. I think I'm one of those people who enjoyed the Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3, like I viewed it as that's a difficult, fun game, but it's difficult. I'm going to play these other games instead, right?
Yeah.
This one, I'm the same as you, Spicy. I'm playing Black Desert Online right now. I'm playing FIFA right now. Sekiro has just made it into the mix.
Into the mix, yeah. Well, this has made it into my mix so much that I'm not playing others. Until I get my fix.
For me, it is the story. Like there's a story, you know what I mean. Whereas the other Dark Souls, it was always I felt dark, and even though it was multiplayer, it felt lonely.
Yeah.
Right. This is. Oddly enough, I don't feel lonely in there because you know what I mean. You're helping these other characters. You're not in this underworld / weird place.
Well, I mean, like you said, the backdrop is really good. The backdrop
which
includes the verticality, which
Yeah.
your
Imagine a Dark Souls map with Batman, where you can fly to each post and go around with your grappling hook. Super cool.
Anyways, there you go. I think it's a must buy as well. Must buy from all of us. If you haven't experienced, if you're on the fence about it, go check it out. Go check out some gameplay, some streams. See if it's for you.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No,
Jordan just pointed.
No, I was going to say, and the character's name is Wolf.
Hey, Wolf. Yes.
The other character.
Wolf.
There's another character in the gaming universe that was named Wolf, and he was a cool guy. The White Wolf.
The white. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Geralt.
maybe this is Geralt's origin story. This is a great grandpa
On his mother's side.
on his mother's side, exactly. Yeah.
So there you go. That is
got that gray mark on his face.
See, maybe he becomes the White Wolf.
He becomes the
he's got a
White
slash.
Wolf.
He's got a slash too, just like Geralt.
He does. We see.
Yeah.
Well, we see that
Does he wear a
slash in that
necklace?
cutscene
At the beginning, yeah,
Oh my
as a
gosh,
child.
that's a kid, and he doesn't even move.
He doesn't even move, and then he grabs the sword with his hand, and his blood's dripping down
Oh,
it.
it's so good. You guys should play this
So
game.
good. Go
Everyone
check
should
it
play
out.
this game. It's so fun.
And keep blood turned on.
Yeah, there's an option to turn it off.
Don't.
And this is your chance to not do that.
So let me ask you this: if someone doesn't like Dark Souls, if they tried it out, it wasn't for them, will this game appeal to them?
I would say so. I'm kind of biased because I really like Dark Souls. There are a lot of people. We streamed this earlier today for our 5-year anniversary. This is the game we chose to play on stream. There were a lot of people in chat saying, I'm not a Dark Souls person, but I'm definitely buying this. This looks amazing.
I think one person, it was Continia that actually bought it, too.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Yeah.
Continia did buy it, yeah.
Like I'm saying, this is
I'm sorry.
the learning curve and the entry, we'll call it the entry skill fee, perseverance fee is much lower. You can enjoy this initially a lot more. It probably it probably ramps up.
Sure.
I'm assuming it ramps up some more.
Death Star Destroyer in chat said it depends on why they don't like Dark Souls. Do you think that's accurate? They like this game. It depends why they didn't like Dark Souls.
There are a couple reasons. Initially, when I played Dark Souls 1, I got so mad at that game engine.
Oh, because the controls were wonky. Part of what made it difficult was
the engine.
It was a heavy laggy control.
Yeah. This is not like that. This engine is
very polished.
It feels great.
Well, it's. I think if
that's
you
why
were gonna get into the From Software games, right, this would be the entry point for you because
gateway drug.
Yeah, because like you said, the controls are smooth, and I think because of the mechanics of it being a lot quicker paced, like the combat, you run faster, you dodge faster, everything's quicker, you're lighter, right? And the grappling hook, the movement and stuff, I just think it's more appealing than your Dark Souls, your heavy armor, clunky.
Yeah.
Now,
if the reason you didn't like Dark Souls is that you hate extremely hard boss fights, you're still going to hate it in this game.
Yeah, after about 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's not going to be...
Wasn't even a boss, it was just some dude.
That's going to be the same... that is the similarity here between a Dark Souls. This is that game. This is insanely difficult boss fights.
I think they do a really good job at training you to Because in this game, you have to look at animations. You got to see
some of the best boss fights ever. They're like raid tier boss fights.
Yeah, Dark Souls has. Yeah. Remember the first time you fought that giant in Dark Souls 2?
Do you remember the first time?
I keep talking. My contact's coming out.
Okay, yeah. Well, because I'm going to go a little off topic because you'll appreciate this. Dark Souls, in my opinion, has some of the best bosses ever. One for their mechanics because it's like that raid style, and then.
Sorry.
Like you said, the entry when you fight that giant and he's all speared and he comes out and they have phases. It's just a tough fight, right? You got to know. Anyway. But then they have bosses like Jabba the Hutt. And I mean, some of these bosses you walk in and you're like, what in the... Yeah, and it's just... It's an experience. And I hope this game, I'll ding it points if they don't have those creative bosses. And they did. They had that little pygmy guy under the bridge.
There's a weird troll-looking guy under the bridge. Remember the chicken that was like 3 times
the
rooster.
Size of us? See, they're bringing it.
From Software has some of the craziest
art.
Yeah, whatever character people
models,
character models. Oh man, it's so.
But if you
funny.
play Dark Souls, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the first time, it's an optional boss. There's a rat boss too. But the first time you walk in and you play Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt. Well, I just loved the giant. Actually, remember the giant? Okay,
that was cool.
The giant who stands up and he is.
We're
massive.
talking about the first giant, not the giant king.
The first one that you go down to the right and then down. And he's the guy that rips off his own arm to swing at you.
In two.
Dark Souls 2. Cause some of these bosses, that one, you're killing this guy, and then he rips off his arm.
He gets so pissed at you.
He rips off his own arm and starts swinging at you, and you're like, oh, man!
It's so good. That actually, I think Sekiro is actually going to be on par with that because I actually remember watching one of the trailers and one of the bosses pulled out his sword and he threw up on it and then he started attacking you. I mean, you guys are going to watch that trailer. He just like, he like throws up all over it and then he starts attacking you.
Oh, they're so great.
What do you think their stuff guy is like?
I think they fill a room full of shrooms, LSD.
Well, because he's like, hey guys, that's a good boss fight, but what if he throws up on his sword before? And then you fight him.
I think it's a room full of drugs, and they give him a crayon. And I think that's it. He draws on the walls of what he sees.
And they just go to town.
Yeah, there's some of the greatest boss... Dark Souls has... I mean, that's what they're known for, right? The boss fights. They're so good. Remember that one? I called him Falco, Captain Falco.
Oh yeah, it took me forever to beat him because his sword, when it glows, it basically one-shotted you. Yeah, there was a move where he one-shotted you,
and he just looks so bad. You have bad guys.
Didn't he come in on a bird? That's why you called him Captain Falco.
That's the first time you fight him. What's so great about that is you fight him once. And he flies down
because it's random. You don't know it's a boss, right?
You don't know. Yeah. You go up to this platform, and he flies in on a bird, and he kills you. And then he never returns. When you go back there, he's not there anymore. He only appears one time in that location until you fight him again. Which, by the way, I did.
Because if you beat him the first time,
he doesn't show up
the second time, and it's basically like a free boss room.
Oh man, it's so great. Dark Souls games are so great, and this is a good gateway drug for people to go to get into it. And it's samurai. It's 16th century Japan.
Well, and
there's just cool things.
They're gonna have those Dark Souls like how, one thing I liked about Dark Souls is sometimes you'd explore into it like the Falco secret thing, right? Sometimes you'd explore into a room and you'd find a random character, and then you'd find him later and later, and like you kind of follow his storyline while you're following the main storyline. Supposedly, they're going to have characters like this as well, because they were asked that in a question, the game director, and he says, yes. He was like, yep, there will be characters like that.
Awesome.
So, which is really cool. So, it's going to be a good time.
Contini in chat says, Dark Souls is the only game when I can feel my heart beating out of my chest when fighting bosses. So stressful. It's true. And what's so great about this game is the sense of accomplishment when you finally beat the boss. To have it so stressful, to be sitting there playing it again and again, you're getting frustrated, but then you finally beat him. It's such a good feeling. It's like a roller coaster ride, and I think that's why I like hard games. All these games where they're easy and you just float through the game and there's no real struggle. I don't like those games. I like the difficultness. I like the challenge. Just if it's not for the challenge, it's just to feel that sense of accomplishment at the end of that road.
No, and I agree with you. Like when you beat a Dark Souls game, you feel like you did something with your
even
life.
a boss. That Captain Falco, I think I died 300 times on that guy.
Yeah.
He was so
tough.
hard. And you needed to kill him to get the 100% shield, the dragon shield that's underneath.
Was he a skippable boss? I don't think you could skip him. Well, maybe you could. Maybe a speedrunner could.
Yeah, you probably could. But no, I think because you get in that bird. Because remember, you hitch a ride from his bird.
Yeah.
You hitch a ride from his bird.
You basically beat him up and steal his car.
Yeah.
So
everybody out there, you should really try taking this game for a spin. It's good.
It's a fun one.
It's a $60 game, so it's a full game.
But you're getting a full experience.
Yeah, it's knocking me off of every other game right now because I just like that stuff. So yeah. So anyways, David right now has left the show floor and he is getting his eyes fixed.
Yeah, it looks like, according to the notes, though.
Do we have a question?
We can just move on to the next part of the show.
Yeah, but what is that? You wanted to just go
I
into
think
news?
it's the news. I think it's the news.
Okay. Yeah. When Daddy's gone, I don't know what to do. Okay, here we go. Jordan.
All right.
Let's talk about the news. What's new in this world of Xbox this week?
A lot, Mark.
Okay, well that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
So let's start out with Battlefield 5.
Okay.
Battlefield 5 kind of did a little content roadmap for the 2019 year, a free content roadmap for the 2019 year.
I'm a man that appreciates free things.
Yeah, the roadmap is free, but the DLC you'll have to buy.
You want to know how much I appreciate free things?
A lot?
Yeah, there's this local, I think it's a local restaurant chain that used to give out free they called them kitty cones. It's a place called Arctic Circle for you local people out here.
Oh, yeah.
They used to give out free kitty cones, and it was basically like a 3-ounce thing of ice cream with a small cone.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, when we were in our younger days, we would go there and order like 20 of them.
Nice.
And now they don't do it anymore.
Probably because of that.
Because of me. Yeah, because of me and my brother.
That's funny.
So, yeah. Anyways, I like free things.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So
anyway,
awesome
so they came out and they just said, here's the free 2019 content roadmap. So it's starting out. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
So.
Something bit me.
Anyway, so the first one is going to start out with Chapter 3. It's going to be Trial by Fire, which brings in Firestorm, which we talked about last week, which comes out, I believe, on Monday.
March 25th, which
March
is
25th.
Monday.
So that's going to be a big one. The one after that is going to be, can you guess? Chapter 4.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going sequentially, it sounds like.
That one's called Defying the Odds. It's scheduled for June. This chapter adds a multiplayer map called Marita and a new multiplayer mode that pits 2 teams of 5 against each other in a tight space.
Oh, I like tight space fights.
Yeah, especially with only 2 teams.
2 teams, 5v5.
If you can guess it,
winner take all.
The next one after that, if you can guess, Chapter 5. That one is going to be Awakening the Giant. That one's going to launch in fall of 2019. Adds even more content to the game, they're telling us.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Get this, everybody. Chapter 5 is even going to add more.
Yeah. Is all this free or is this paid DLC?
They said this is what the headline says: Battlefield's free 2019 content roadmap.
Ooh,
so the roadmap is free, but the DLC you got to pay for. No, I'm just kidding. They announced it for free, but the rest you got to pay for.
The news is free, but to actually get what's in the news.
Well, Firestorm, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be free. Which
you want to know what happened to me?
So.
Sorry that I was gone. Sorry to derail this. Look at my
eye.
Your
eye is freaking me out.
Did you put the wrong fluid in there again?
No. So I rubbed
That's the worst. I've done that.
So, Mark, I want to know if you have a tip for me. I rubbed my eye. It, messed up my contact, right? You've ever had that happen? But now I can't get my contact. It feels like it's rolled up either high or low.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that sucks.
I can't get to it.
You might need to lay down on the couch, and I got to work on you. You want to?
It's just super irritated.
Do you want to pause the show for a second?
No, we're good. We're good. I think eventually it'll just fall out.
Oh my gosh! So
like
what
a loose tooth.
I don't know.
Your eye?
Should be strapped.
Yeah.
So I look. Is it up or down? Can you tell where it is?
I don't know. I thought it was.
Oh,
I thought it was up, but then now it feels like it's down.
So look down at the ground and look to the left or look to the right, and just wiggle. Just go along and try to find it. and then you gotta look away and then go in.
And then just let it push it.
It'll snap
like
back
it's not painful now. It's just irritating. It was painful earlier. So whatever I did,
man,
I folded
David,
it back
that
over.
Sucks. Oh.
Yeah, it does suck. Reactor League, thank you for the donation. $30 to the stream. David's LASIK fund plus plus adding the studio general funds. There we go.
So much.
There we go.
I'm so sorry. That's
what
really
if worst comes to
irritating.
worst? What I'll do is go stick my head in a bucket of water and open my eyes underwater, and they'll just float out. So
maybe because it's suction cupped on. So it's hard to.
That's true.
I've been in that
That's
same
true.
situation many times.
It's not fun.
If worse comes to worse, we can lay you down on that couch.
Get a
and
vacuum?
You would just look forward, and I can work on you.
Get a vacuum and just suck it out.
Yeah.
I'll have you just
He
stare
uses
into my
his
eyes.
mouth.
You use your mouth for it?
Yeah, I really do. Yeah. It's like I learned the trick from Red Dead when you had to
He can
suck
also
out that snake poison.
He can also tie a cherry stem in a knot with his tongue as well, so he's good.
IRL stream to the hospital.
Yeah, right?
The 5th anniversary stream has it all. That's funny. If you need to, we can pause the show. No one will ever notice except everyone watching live.
We're good.
I
We're
can just
good.
keep it going.
Okay, yeah.
No, we're good. My eye no longer bothers me. It was like bothering me, but it's good now.
But anyway, Battlefield
I hate
5
that
content roadmap laid out for us. Really cool. So we get to jump into Firestorm next week, which will be fun. So in other news, it's David's birthday
It's
this
my
week.
birthday!
Yay! Woo! So everybody say happy birthday to David.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you very
birthday,
much.
David. So that's
Thank
really
you.
cool. But the next news story is... I know, I was just messing with it. Yeah, we got you something. Here, close your eyes.
Wait, can I guess what it is?
Close your eyes.
Can I guess it's a mouse pad?
You're wrong.
Oh.
You're completely
Oh,
wrong.
oh, okay.
Close your
I
eyes.
was
Ready?
close.
Are they
Yeah,
close?
I was
All right.
close. Yes.
Mark's going to give it to you. Ready?
Okay.
Go.
It's a Firefly mouse pad.
I was hoping. This is what we've all gotten each other, everybody. A Firefly mouse pad. It lights up, and if you have a Razer
Chroma
mouse,
key.
which I do have a Razer mouse, the colors match each other.
You can see. Well, I can.
The only thing that I don't
Mine does
have, is a keyboard yet, but maybe I'll be getting a mechanical keyboard that lights up too.
Yeah, it's really cool. So.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, all right.
Yeah, we all
I
have
guess
that
what
mouse
it is?
pad.
Thank you. I thought you'd be handing me car keys.
Yeah.
We
nice.
got you a Ferrari.
Yes, a truck. I'd want a truck.
You want a truck?
I want a truck.
A Ferrari truck.
Boom. I bet you that exists.
I'm sure it does.
It's a really fast.
No,
truck.
I'm sure it's probably a piece of junk.
It looks like an El Camino, but it's a Ferrari.
Do you want an El Camino?
Dude, El Caminos are cool.
They are pretty dang
They are
awesome.
cool. A car and a truck combined. Why not?
Hey.
Why not?
So anyway,
Do you know what I like about that mouse pad?
Yeah.
it lights up.
It's slick.
Well,
no friction.
There's no friction when you
Yeah.
use your mouse, and the Razer mice are built for it.
Well, I think I think it's optimized for how many different types of mouse?
50,000 touch points.
I can never go back to a normal mouse pad.
Really? It's made that much
Yeah.
of a difference
Yeah,
for you?
it really is.
Razer
Whoa.
sponsor us.
Wow.
Razer sponsor us.
Hey, Razer, if you were looking for a show, 16.8 million colors.
Oh.
No, to be clear, this is not. We are not
There it
sponsored by these guys, and that mouse pad is legit.
It's micro-textured surface for both speed and control play styles.
Hey, me too.
There you go. Hey, that's how you are. Yes.
Anyway, it's pretty cool. Anyway, happy birthday to David.
Thank you.
We now
Thank you
all
very
three
much.
have matching mouse pads,
Well, That's
Yeah.
adorable.
which is really cool. Division news. This is actually really
Boom.
big.
Okay.
They came out with a patch which fixed the skill bug.
Boom. There you go.
Oh,
what
yeah.
was the skill bug?
The skill bug is game breaking, man.
Really?
It was frustrating me to. It was so what it was. You know how you have your Firefly.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know your little. You have the drones that fly around you. You had like a turret you can throw down.
Yeah.
I could never use those.
Oh, because
They would
You throw it
disappear
down
after
and
3
disappears.
seconds.
Oh, really?
Anything that I got, I could never use. So I was playing that game without abilities, except I could use the one where you
Like
heal
shield and
yourself,
stuff like that, yeah.
But I could not use anything that you would throw down, and it did stuff. I couldn't even use the self revive or the ally revive.
That
thing.
was so funny. So, can I tell a story?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so we didn't know about the bug at this point, and I got shot in the face and died, right?
Okay.
And I was like, guys, I need some help. Can someone help me, right? You
And
know,
I'm like,
help.
Jordan,
and
I
you're-
got
and
this.
yeah, and you're like, oh, Jordan, no, I've been hoping for this. Check this out. I'm going to help you, right? So what he does is I'm sitting there like in my dead screen. He's like, all right, here we go. And he throws this thing, and this ball just lands next to me. And then,
we all a medical ball.
Well, it's supposed to self-revive me.
It's supposed to revive him from range.
Yeah,
right?
remotely, essentially, right? So he throws it, and the ball like tink, 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 and lands next to me, and like everybody got quiet,
and
we
you were
like,
sitting looking.
We were like,
oh,
like
nothing happens.
Yeah, we were all just like, sitting there like,
and
waiting.
I felt like an idiot.
Yeah, it was so
like,
funny.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Good arm. Hey, good arm, Mark.
It was so funny.
I
He was like,
they're like,
oh man, I got you. And he like throws this
Good
ball
job,
out.
Spicy.
Yeah,
Glad you're on our team.
We're all kind of looking around like, oh, because it was funny because like I saw the ball like land and kind of bounce, and we're just like,
well, that was cool.
Yeah. Well, because
but
thanks for the ball. Are you going to help me now?
that's exactly. He was sitting there, crawling around.
But it was because it was bugged, right? But they came out with a patch during their maintenance window, and it's been reported that bug has been fixed. Now it didn't seem like there was a ton in this patch. That was like their priority: fix this, and there is going to be another patch a little bit later to fix a few other things. But this was the top on the list, and they got it sorted out. So
very cool.
Yeah.
So it's fixed.
Thank goodness.
So now
maybe
you
I can play this.
now you can throw the ball at people.
Now that I'm not playing this game for a week, now that it's fixed, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how my life works. That's funny.
That is funny.
Xbox One adds 2 more games to backward compatibility: Hell's Highway from Gearbox Software,
Boom.
Shabam,
Dude.
and
Gearbox.
yeah, and Air Mech Arena.
There you go. I've never played Air Mech Arena.
Well, now you can.
Now I can though.
Isn't it free?
I did play Brothers in Arms though.
Isn't Air Mech Arena free? It says the base game is free to play with a Prime upgrade that unlocks all the classes. Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. I've never played it.
Anyways, on backward compatibility now.
Very cool.
So, also, speaking of games and stuff like this, Xbox announced basically a showcase of indie games coming to Xbox Game Pass.
On
now,
Monday.
what this is, so Monday they're having a little stream.
The March 26th?
Yeah, a little sit-down get-together. Wait, is that Monday? I think that's Tuesday.
No, it's Monday. Oh,
That's
that is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
That is Tuesday.
Monday is Firestorm.
Monday's the Firestorm launch.
Yeah. So, anyway, they'll be showing off games that they debuted at E3 and XO18 and stuff like that. All indie games. One that I'm actually looking forward to watch more of, Void Bastards.
Ooh.
Mostly just because I just like saying that. But you guys remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember that one.
You remember that one?
Void Bastards.
It was kind of wasn't it the Doom-style game?
Yeah.
And it was really colorful, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... But it looks really cool, so I'm excited for that. But they're going to do after party, supermarket shriek and stuff like that. So yeah, Void Bastards, the Doom style game with the crazy art style. Anyway, this is really cool. So tune in March 26th.
The 26th of March
at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
Thanks, David. You're so good.
NBA 2K, free to play.
Yes. Also, other games.
But NBA 2K is the big one.
Yeah,
well, it's Playgrounds. To be clear, it's Playgrounds.
Yeah,
it's not like
and
2K.
It's Playgrounds too.
Playgrounds is fun. Playgrounds, think NBA Jam, but modern.
Yeah, MX versus ATV All Out and Vigor, which is a game preview program, right? Or a game preview game, right?
Yeah.
Now. So what's
free to play
about that?
right
now. Big one here. The last two I saved for last because they're ginormous. Apex Legends Season 1 Battle Pass out now on the Xbox One, which includes, of course, the Battle Pass Season 1 and a new hero, Octane.
Yes, Octane. Now, have you guys had a chance?
Or Legend. Sorry.
Have you guys had a chance to take a look, check out the Battle Pass?
No, I've been playing as a Shinobi.
Oh, you're Shinobi Warrior eating it up. What?
Yeah, when did this come out? This came out today, right?
This came out, no, I think yesterday, Thursday, or it might have been Tuesday even. It was earlier this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the Battle Pass, so to me, this will determine the success or failure of Apex to compete with Fortnite. The Battle Pass.
It came out today.
This is it. This is what Fortnite does well. Why are we shaking our head?
Because I just said
it did come out today.
I said this came out today, right? No, idiot. It came out. I don't know. I have no idea when it came out.
They must announce it earlier.
But all I know is that you're wrong, Spicy. That's all I know.
I've got something in my eye. I can't think.
Seriously, that's why I shook my head because I said it came out today, right?
Anyways,
No,
I think this
stupid.
a couple hours ago.
I think this is going to determine whether or not Apex can compete and overtake Fortnite. Like this is it. It's the Battle Pass.
Well, they're on the same price point, so it's called the Wild Frontier,
$10, right?
Yeah, basically it's 950 Apex coins, which basically equals out to $10. So you're on the same price point. You basically got the same model. It's going to be fun. Wild Frontier. I mean, they got a good name.
It's wild,
and it's the frontier,
which denotes adventure.
Oh,
that sure does.
That Octane guy looks cool. He
he jumps around,
and he took off his leg in his cutscene because they're mechanical.
He jumps around. He gets a boost for jumping around.
Anyway, very cool. I'm gonna try and check it out this week.
What?
I just said I'm gonna try and check it out.
Yeah,
this
so
week.
stay tuned next week. We'll be able to talk about it with authority.
I thought
Sekiro took our this week's time. Next week,
so
we'll let you know on the Game Pass.
So Xbox. I usually don't do this, but Xbox does have a sale going on right now. And it's the critically acclaimed sale, which is really
Witcher
big.
3, $12.
And check
Boom.
this out. Guess what other game is on sale?
What other game?
You ready for it? You ready for it? You ready for it? Red Dead Redemption 2. On
for
sale.
$40, I think I saw it for.
Yeah, and then you got Life is Strange. A big one for me. Kingdom Hearts 3, fantastic game. You got Final Fantasy 15, which is pretty awesome too. Deus Ex Mankind, Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5. And
it's $30.
Yeah.
Mankind is $4.50, and Octahedron, I don't know that game, is $6.
I'm pretty sure Red Dead Redemption's on that.
No, it is.
Red
Dead was on there.
But I thought it was on.
I think it was 40. I want to say.
Yeah, but
Where
it might
are you
have been
guys looking
49.
at this? Where do I go to get these deals?
The very top story.
I know, but like, if I were listening,
just
where do I get these deals? Is it just Xbox Live?
Link right there, and it'll just take you to an external link. It's easier to read on the external link.
Okay, so if I went to the Xbox store, I can get these deals.
Oh yeah, of
critically
course.
acclaimed sale. Xbox.com.
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
There's the list.
Yep.
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is
It's
$40.19. Celeste is on there for $10.
Dead Cells is on there for
Celeste
$17.49.
got really high acclaim for.
Oh, that was the other one that I thought
I beat
was good.
Celeste. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it got more credit than it
deserved.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. But I think it's a great game. But Game of the Year, I don't think so.
Yeah, it was up for Game of the Year against Red Dead Redemption. And
I don't
God of War.
I don't mean to be a dick. I'm sorry, but
Was it
But
okay?
no.
Let me ask you this, because Dead Cells came out same
I thought Dead
year.
Cells-
Dead Cell or Celeste? Which one does it for
I
you?
thought Dead Cells did better. I
Really?
thought it was a better game.
And it was included in the Game of the Year.
I mean, it was a good game. So and people are going to give me crap about this, but it's a good game. It's a nice tight platformer. I feel like Super Meat Boy it was way tighter. The controls were better. I think the controls were a little bit flawed for me.
Sure.
They're still tight, but it could have been better because I've played better. But Celeste just, I don't know. I beat it in like 2.5 hours because I think for people that aren't used to difficult platformers,
Sure.
it probably would be hard. But
What about story-wise? Because I think story is
Well, I
what
think
everybody
that's
loved
why
from
it
Celeste.
won.
Yeah.
And I think it may have been.
the story was all right. It's basically about a girl that has issues,
Okay.
and she's trying to overcome those
I
issues.
could play Life is Strange if I want to do that.
Well, I know. I'm just like it's good. It's like you can overcome problems.
But for you, it just it didn't hold up to other platforms that you enjoy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was good. I like
Well,
platformers, so I enjoyed it. But going in, it's competing with.
Oh, you think maybe it was too hyped for you too,
I think that has
Yeah.
a lot to do with it because it was competing with Red Dead. It was competing with.
and so you're thinking, "Whoa."
Yeah, I'm thinking, holy cow, this game's probably this indie game is just gonna be
the best
awesome.
game I've ever played.
Like 2.5, 3 hours,
Yeah.
and it wasn't hard.
You think if you would have played it before any of the
Puzzles were
hoopla-
fun. Puzzles were fun.
Okay.
But I mean, it was a puzzle platformer. It was
Freaky
great.
says, I think it was good enough for Game of the Year. Mixing gameplay and story, the whole package for him made
See,
it eligible
and so
for
I'm
Game
going
of
to
the
get
Year.
some flack. Yeah, a lot of people say it was good enough for Game of the Year. No, I think other games should have taken that slot.
Really, really interesting.
So, I mean, because Game of the Year is where you get 5 slots for that.
Yeah,
Something
but
like that.
I mean, having said that, there was some other games in there that I don't think.
No, I think.
I mean, I think here's the thing. This year's Game of the Year, there were 2 games that were so far and above all the other games.
Oh, yeah,
it was
God of
obvious.
God of War
It
and
made
Red Dead
the
Redemption.
it made the other games look silly. Like even what was it?
Spider-Man
was in there
too, yeah.
And there was something else that Celeste, and there was one more that was like, meh.
God of War won game.
God of
the
War
year, right?
won.
Yeah, which I think was a rightful win. I mean, I think.
But I think those two. I think this year was unique in that you had 2 games that were so far ahead of everybody else in perception and review and general public feeling and thought.
Yeah.
That everything else, while good, and any other year would have been seen as equals to Game of the Year competing, those games weren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, look at this list. I mean, this isn't our Game of the Year show, but Red Dead Redemption, Monster Hunter World, Marvel Spider-Man, God of War, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Celeste.
Well, see, God of War, Red Dead Redemption, I don't think like Monster Hunter World, it's really good. It's not even close to. Now, granted, I didn't play God of War, but I'm just comparing to Red Dead. It's not even close to Red Dead Redemption. Like Red Dead Redemption is a whole other level.
Although Monster Hunter was pretty cool.
Monster Hunter is fun, but you see what I'm saying? I think that they were just so. Those two games. Those are the two games really competing for Game of the Year.
I can't have an opinion because I've not played Celeste.
Yeah, neither can I.
No, yeah, and I did. I just, it must have been for people that were new to like hard platformers. For like a veteran player of hard platformers, right? It wasn't as hard as people were saying.
Oh, okay.
I felt right. It was so hard, so difficult. No, I didn't. I'm not saying I'm good at those. I've just played a lot of those.
Yeah.
They kind of do the same formula.
Do you think Dead Cells was better? In your opinion? You do.
Well, Dead Cells is replayable. Like,
do you think it's stylistic though? Like maybe that style just wasn't for you, or
no? I like those 8-bit style games. Dead Cells.
But I mean, story wise, even, or you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, and it didn't. It didn't appeal to me as much because it's about a young girl that has confidence issues and all this other issues, right? And she's trying to work through it, which is fine. So she's having the bad guy is herself. It's just I don't know. It just didn't. It's a good story. It's just not for a guy that likes to kill dragons.
There's no dragons in there to kill.
Yeah.
Did you just play the main game, or did you all did you do the B sides as well? That's a question
so
because I have no idea what that means.
So you can play the game, and then you can unlock B sides, and you can unlock. There's like coins and stuff. There's collectibles and stuff. Right? Kind of a thing. I did not because I was kind of bored of it by the time I was like that was it. I probably could have gotten more out of it, maybe another double the time to get the harder stuff throughout the game, right? But I was like, oh,
it was a good.
I wasn't bored. It was just, it was all right. It was a good. It was, But I mean, like,
so on the critically acclaimed, this came up because we were talking about Celeste.
Yeah, the big one I want to talk about.
The critically acclaimed cell, and Celeste is on there because it's critically acclaimed. Witcher has got to be the best deal at $12 if you're gold.
You will
get
lose
that
your
bonus
life.
Gold. Yeah.
Another good one, I think, personally, is you can get the Inside and Limbo Little Nightmares. Or, sorry, Inside and Limbo. Sorry, Little Nightmares is a different game. My bad. Inside and Limbo for, what was that, $9, I think, for both those or something like that? I mean, I don't know the exact price, but that... If you want to max out and get 1,000 gamer score real quick,
boom! I'll tell you what game I thought about jumping into when I saw this sale was Soul Calibur.
Oh,
because I hear fantastic things.
Well, and do you see who's right there on the front cover?
I know Geralt's in there as DLC.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Maybe they'll put the other wolf in there.
Yeah.
The one now.
The wolf, the new wolf,
so cool.
the samurai wolf. They all have swords, and it's a sword fighter
another
game.
big one that I'm actually really interested in because I like point-and-click adventure games. I think they're a dying art.
Okay.
Thimbleweed Park is on there for, what is it, $10 I think as well?
I think so.
Maybe a little less. Is it on your list there? Can you find it
Thimbleweed
for me?
Park? Little Nightmares? I don't see Thimbleweed Park. Was it on the other page?
It might have been on the other page.
Let me go to the other page.
But I think Thimbleweed Park is on. Thimbleweed Park is a point-and-click adventure game.
$7.99.
Oh, it's even cheaper. You buy that with the change in my car right now.
Yes.
No, I never played that one. It's on the list to play, but it's similar to like Day of the Tentacle, or Monkey Island, which is one of my favorite point-and-click adventure games. 1 through 3, fantastic.
No, absolutely.
So
Guybrush Threepwood.
Freaky in chat. I don't mean to bring this back in, but he asked like some examples.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to say like Super Smash Brothers. You may not like Forza Horizon 4, but I thought that was a good game. Divinity Original Sin, right? There's a lot of games that can be on. Dead Cells even came out this year, right? Or last year.
Well, I don't
right?
think Forza Horizon 4 should be on.
I know you don't, but I'm just saying that's a pretty important slot, and Celeste beat all those, right? And so I don't know. For me, I feel like
I think there only should have been 2 games up.
Super Smash Brothers, right? That should that be in contention?
I don't think you should have.
Was that out at the time?
I just personally don't think you should have.
That's
a set
good.
number of slots.
It came out in December, didn't it? Yeah, it came out in December.
I don't know.
Again, I'm going to say it. There were only 2 games up for Game of the Year this year, and that's God of War and Red Dead Redemption.
And honestly, I know people choose one or the other, or they, I could lean either way on the winner. I mean, God of War was excellent. Red Dead Redemption 2 was excellent.
Boy.
Oh yeah, even I enjoyed.
And when you do a legit Super Saiyan fight,
the first fight was amazing.
There's nothing that can explain that feeling.
The first fight of God of War, just
boss fight.
You knew the first boss fight. You knew you were in for something good, right? So, anyways, I didn't mean to bring that back up, but I feel like, in my opinion's been said. I think I was expecting way too much being on that list of 5.
Sure. Well, and hearing so much about, and I had never heard of that game. That game kind of flew under the radar until Game of the Year awards, at least for me. But I'm not in that world of platformers.
Yeah. Don't hate me for having my opinion.
I do. I hate you.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Anyways, the critically acclaimed sale. There you go. Boom. Done.
Yeah, that was really cool. So that's what we got for the news this week. Biggest story, probably David's birthday. I mean,
there's a big story. Cuphead got announced. This is kind of an Xbox story. Cuphead got announced. It's coming to
Switch.
Nintendo Switch April 26th with Xbox Live. Xbox Live is coming.
Oh, okay, that's how you tie. Okay, I just thought that was really funny.
Well, that's how they're doing it.
I know, but it was just sorry.
And interestingly enough, news stories talking about how this came about. How is Cuphead? It's a Microsoft Studios game. How is it coming to the Nintendo Switch? How did that happen? Microsoft approached Cuphead and said, "Hey, you guys want to be on the Nintendo Switch?" And they said, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
They were probably all playing their Switches when they asked that.
Well, and this is what's really interesting is the way that Xbox Live is coming to the Switch. It's not coming as a separate program. It's coming through the game. It'll be built in to Cuphead.
Just like Minecraft, right? You log into Minecraft. Yeah, so on the Switch, when I logged into Minecraft for the first time, it asked me, "Do you have an Xbox Live account?" And I signed in, and all my stuff is there.
It's genius. Again, I'm going to say this again, like we said it before. This is the future, I think.
What makes that cool about Minecraft is when I'm playing on my Nintendo, I can come into our XoneBros realm, where everybody, or most people are on the Xbox, as a Mario.
Oh.
But when I switch back to my Xbox, I can't have the Mario skin anymore.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
actually, I should try that. I should log out.
So can when I see
you?
you? Hold on. When I see you with your skin,
if I'm in a Mario skin, I'm on the Switch.
But can I see your Mario on the Xbox? Can I see your Mario skin, or is it only?
No, it blurs the whole thing out. So I'm just walking around as a big blur. No,
a copyright blur.
That's so funny.
It just says censored right across.
Yeah, it's a big black block.
No, I assume you could. We should try it out tonight or tomorrow, maybe.
Okay,
or maybe deeper into the weekend.
Actually, the realm needs an update, and I haven't yet. People are like, "Hey, we need to update the realm," because I have to go in and load it up for it to update. And right now, no one can access the realm because I've not updated it. So I got to remember to do that. You're
single-handedly killing our server.
I've got to remember to do that. Dang it! Oh, thank you very much for the reminder. Anyways, I just think Cuphead going to the Nintendo Switch with Xbox Live. There's a solid date on it now. That's huge. The future is here. The future is now.
That's kind of funny. I mean, Microsoft just basically went and said, "Hey, do you want more money?
Hey, Nintendo, you want some of these really cool games?" And then their games are basically a Trojan horse.
Yeah,
right. Like that's what it feels like.
They actually can't. They don't have a translator to tell them that Xbox Live is built into Cuphead.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take. They don't have. Hey guys, Nintendo has no online system. It sucks. Okay, how can we get over there? Let's give them our games.
Put a Trojan
Let's tell them we
horse
can give
in
them
the
our
game
games,
code.
and then boom, done. Done.
That's funny.
Anyways, interesting stories. Thank you very much, Jordan. Let's bring that to our last segment of the show.
Wait, we're already on our last? Oh, yeah.
We're flying.
We're flying today, baby.
Also, I really appreciate that we're 5 years old.
We are 5 years old.
That is some news. I'm going to say that's news.
One hand.
That is big news. One hand. One big, large hand.
That's news. That's big
news
large
hand. This is the last portion of our show. This is the mailbag segment. This is where you can submit questions. To submit a question, all you have to do is head over to patreon.com, be a subscriber over there, and you can submit a question to the mailbag each and every single week. Thank you very much to all of our Patreon supporters. If you want to support the show, if you've been around for 5 years and you've enjoyed it, if you met others in the community and you want us to last another 5 years, please consider supporting us over on Patreon, patreon.com/positivegaming or xonebros.com/support. First question comes from Dark Knight. Dark Knight says, if you could talk to your past self from 5 years ago when you started, what advice would you give him that you know now? That is a deep...
Red Dead 2 is coming out.
It'd just be spoilers.
Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is coming out.
I think I don't know what I would say. The weird, because I was thinking, because I saw these questions before when I was compiling them earlier today, and I've been thinking about it since it's been on there. And I honestly don't know, because part of what made us succeed is going in with no knowledge, like just learning it as we go along, stumbling, and then going more. Probably the one thing I would say is I would tell my old self to get over on Discord earlier. Discord was around a little bit before we got on. We were still pretty early on in Discord, but Discord changed everything. Discord really united the community, enabled us to all connect with each other in a way that previously just did not exist. We had forums, but even forums are still...
Well, we had to stepping stone our way into Discord, right?
Yeah.
We had the forums, and before that, we started...
We did the Xbox Club, which just didn't work out. They're just not fully functional there yet.
I kind of like some of the mess-ups we've had because you learn a lot.
Yeah.
I really think, this is just my personal stupid opinion.
Sure.
I think people need to fail more to be successful.
No, it's true.
I really feel like we are not allowing failure in our lives as much, and I think that hurts us. I really think we need to fail more in our lives and in everyone else's lives because you learn way more from failing.
Well, you learn from doing, and when doing, you stumble, you make mistakes.
You fall.
For instance, we're doing the gamer daily news, and doing news by yourself with not having conversation to bounce off is really difficult. And so at first, I've been doing it since January. I was editing the crap out of everything. Now I'm not editing at all, and it's so much better. Right? But I had to. You have to do it to realize where you need to work on, how to get better, to experience it, and like you said, fail.
Don't be Ray from Star Wars.
Where you just
struggle.
Have struggle. Good.
You're just it's not going to be like that. Just struggle is good. When we're talking about our show, right? The struggle going through and learning and having things fail, and in the middle of a show having the computer run its restart, and losing everything. And remember, our first 5 episodes, one of those episodes, we screwed up 4 or 5 times, and we started the show at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, we did.
I hated that episode.
Yeah,
we're all like, "Hey."
Well, and there's one thing. There's one thing too is we did it wireless. I mean, we did it remotely when we didn't need to, and it took us 20 episodes to go in person. And I will say this, anybody out there that wants to start a podcast, you can do a podcast over, especially with tools now like Discord, and you can just get such sick audio. Even Google Hangouts, there's a setting where you can make sure you get the highest quality audio that you can get. So the technology is there, but being in person, it flows.
It's a conversation.
So much better.
To see people's faces, right?
People's faces. You don't have. There's not awkward pauses where you're waiting for someone to talk.
Lag.
There's no lag. There's no Skypiness to voices, but again, with technology, you can get rid of that now. But ideally, if I was to start a podcast, I almost never would do one remotely unless I just didn't have a choice. You know what I mean? Always, when in doubt, it's like Wi-Fi versus direct connect. That's podcasting. When in doubt, be directly connected is just better.
Yeah.
One big mess up, a little bit behind the scenes that nobody knows about, is early on at episode 58. We just skyrocketed. Around the 50s, our numbers just jumped. They went to a whole new level. But prior to that, we were like a beginning podcast, and they jumped. And then we got Major Nelson, and then they jumped again. We jumped 2 big levels right at once, and we were on a website platform that could be easily hacked. And when you get to a certain number, we learned this really quick.
And you offend people.
The Iranians hated us.
When you get to a certain number, and you basically can no longer express your opinion, because we got hacked once a week. Our website kept getting hacked, and people on Twitter. Well, the one time, I think when Major Nelson was on and tweeted us out, instant hack. People were just trolling you, and what our website wasn't secure at the time, and they could just go in and they could put code.
Well, it was secure, but it was open source.
It was open source, so they could go into and put code into the banner, which would make it so that it shut down, and it shut down everything. And at the time, our podcast went through our website to everywhere. So it went through our website to iTunes, to Stitcher, to wherever our podcast was. So when it was shut down, it was panic mode, and it was about 3 times that happened in a row, 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Well,
and finally we moved. And
we're regular dudes that have regular jobs. And the stress level of having that happen on top of life and my work and your work, and because when that happens, it's on my shoulders, being the guy who ran the website, and
you're the tech guy.
It
was stressful.
Oh my gosh.
It was so stressful.
The podcast is down. We're effed.
Yeah. We're effed,
okay.
Guys.
Where do I start? And then it happens again next week. And
finally,
then it happens again.
We got a solution. It cost us some money. We got a solution, and we've never been hacked.
We can express our opinions again.
We can.
Well, I can say that I did not think Celeste should be on the top 5 list of 2018.
People on Twitter are not randomly going to shut down our site.
If this was episode 49, we would have been hacked.
Yeah, episode 49, we'd be down right now. So that was one thing.
That's a good one to have.
Yeah, that's the one that really sticks out. I would go back and say, hey, don't even bother with the open source website stuff. Just pay for the high quality stuff, and go from there. One question in chat that I said that someone asked was, right there on the run, have you always used video or did it start out as audio only? We have always used video, actually. We've always been live on video, which actually in some of our mess ups was part of the problem. But as a result, I think today, when you look at today's video right now, it's super high quality. And I think that is one thing that I would tell myself, myself now going back in time, I'd say, hey, stick with the video because it's really paid off. We're on Mixer. It's nice to have a live audience. It really adds something. It adds atmosphere.
There was a time we went in black and white for a while.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you know how that started?
I'm surprised we didn't get hacked then.
Yeah. I actually, when those come up, I'm like, why did we do that? How did that happen? I forget how that happened.
I still think it was kind of cool.
It happened because I accidentally desaturated the camera we had at the time. And David was like, ooh, I like that. I was like, okay, whatever. And then he just kept, it was David's like, ooh.
Freaky says it was the artsy face.
Yeah, it was.
It was just like, whatever.
Because wasn't it like...
It was our coffee shop face.
It was like 3 or 4 episodes where it was like that.
Yeah, so now that this runs 24 hours, right? Like our podcast stream, which by the way, if you're in Mixer, if you subscribe to us, if you want to help support the show, the podcast, all the old podcasts run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week here on Mixer when we're not live, streamed live. If you just sit in, you can get sparks for us, and then if you donate the sparks to us, it's a great way to support the show, and it's a great way to reminisce.
And you can randomly see those black and white.
But the black and white ones come up, and I'm like, what were we thinking? It's like when you look at an old hairstyle, right?
What was David thinking?
What was I thinking?
Yeah, don't blame that on me. It was a total accident.
That's true. Jordan, do you have anything that you would say to your old self?
I don't be an idiot. Like I feel like that's
just don't screw this up.
Yeah, just general advice, Hey, don't be stupid.
No, and I would say, because this is just my nature. I want to be the best at stuff, right? I just want to learn how the best do it, and I want to do that and try to, be better. We're talking about doing on our first episode. We did video, and we did live stuff, and I say push yourselves to get that, because now look at our quality. You look at our first stuff; it's.
And black and white stuff.
Remember when we were in your old house and that we were in that little 5x8 room?
That was a small room.
I slept in that room.
Yeah, it's a small room.
It's a teeny room. And I look at those episodes and your arm is right next to the webcam and we're all just sitting there. It's funny, but trying to get the look that you want and pushing your...
Well, and part of that too is because we started with video, stuff that is available today was not just in 5 years was not available then.
Well, even these microphones,
that now enables us to have higher quality video, it enables us to do stuff and make it more interesting. Even, for instance, we have lights that give this, if you're watching the video, if you go over to YouTube and you watch the video live, we have lights that 5 years ago did not exist.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll change the colors. They're above us.
Yeah, it's the wireless lights that we can change and we can set the mood. Check it out. This is for our angry rage mood.
Yeah, we're changing it to red.
But it really adds something to the video if you're able to watch live. But it just didn't exist, and so I think starting out trying, like McSpicy said, trying to be the best. Over time, as things become more available, as the podcast medium, as the streaming medium changes and evolves and becomes more accessible, we're able to always be on the front lines, so to speak, right? And always get the newest stuff.
At least we're trying to. And that's what increases your production value. That we're not going to be able to compete with people that have... Well, maybe we can, but $100,000 budget or some huge studio and stuff like that, right? We all did this from just nothing. It just and I always wanted to be be as good as we can, and I know you guys agree. But anyways, having that drive pushes the bar higher than what you were thinking it could have been possible.
It is true.
I got something for my past self.
Yo.
I would tell myself not to say as much.
Oh yeah.
If you listen to and I don't notice I don't notice you guys that I still notice I do it sometimes today, right? But when I listen back to our podcast, and I don't notice you guys at all. But I say I'll be like, oh yeah,
Well, it comes
You know,
from
and
when
it's
we
just like,
first
yeah.
started. That was one thing where we had to work on it. And what happens is when you first start podcasting,
You don't know how
you're
to
trying
talk.
to speak too fast. Honestly, it comes from trying to get out your ideas all at once and blah. And so
I still have problems.
So you
with that.
stall.
Listen to the idiot on this side of the room. When I start saying stuff, I go in like 5 different directions, and I'm trying to think it through.
yeah, but
I'm terrible.
So when you first start out, at least this is my experience, becomes this pause word that enables your mouth to catch up with your mind, to think out what you're saying. You're using to stall or to stall. But yeah, we would have discussions because we noticed it at first.
David would yell at
Hey,
us. Stop saying that.
Stop saying We got to stop saying guys.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. Good times. Oh, like is the worst one when people say like. And then when you notice that someone's saying like, you start saying like. And you're like,
Literally?
stop it. I can't stop it.
I do say literally a lot.
I say literally all the time and it never makes
That
sense.
is literally awesome.
Yeah.
We used to say cool a lot as well. That's right. That was like a running joke.
Yeah, wasn't
Cool.
it a drinking game for
So
like
that's-
episodes 20 to 30?
So that's cool. Oh, that's very cool. Cool, Jordan. Cool.
Super cool.
There we go. Thank you very much, Dark Knight. Great question. It's nice to reminisce. Happy 5 years, everybody. Oh, hey, don't we have special drinks?
Oh, let me go get him. Yeah.
yeah,
all right.
special drinks. Go get the special drinks. One thing that I think I would have moved to quicker is going to 3 people instead of keeping it at 4. It just has a nice. It's nice. It's easier to manage 3 in verse 4.
Yeah.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
In my MIO.
Yes. Yes, you are correct.
Oh man, yes, I love this. That's my favorite. That's my favorite
Wait,
soda.
do we have to pick a designated driver before we?
It's not one of those. No.
Oh,
So this is our favorite. Our
I'm
favorite
a root beer guy. Everyone knows I'm a root beer
favorite.
guy.
This is my favorite root beer of all
That's
time.
my favorite root beer.
yeah.
Wine Hearts. If anybody has ever had Wine Hearts, it's in very fancy, nice glass bottles.
Shall we
but
ting 'em?
let me tell you.
ting them all together. Ready?
Let's just like.
Oh, Mark didn't
flies
ting
open.
with us.
I'm still getting
Okay,
stuff.
you
off.
got to be very careful when you open these though, because they're so carbonated. They overflow.
Oh man.
They overflow.
You can't drink them fast.
Let me
These
tell you-
are so I love root beer, and this is my favorite brand.
Wine Hearts is my favorite. I really like
All
their.
right, here we go.
they have
Ting
an-
me.
they have
Let's
an
do a 3-way ting.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll always join you guys at a 3-way. Ting.
A 3-way ting. Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go.
Ting.
Oh, I can't hit it.
there we go.
Our tips touched.
Don't ruin the equipment. Dude, the Wine Hearts is seriously the best.
that's
My
good stuff.
favorite is they have
I'm going to put this guy away.
cream
'cause I don't want
soda.
him in
Their
it.
cream soda is my favorite. But yeah, I always get Wine Hearts for special occasions.
Yeah,
And I feel like being a fancy soda guy here. Wine Hearts.
Oh,
Yay,
it's so good.
5-year thing.
Let's see this camera, right? Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show everybody. These are so
Anyway, what's
good.
the...
It's just got a good flavor and got a good
Oh, it's I
good
think it's got,
carbonation. It's
I
like
think
a
it's
high
got
carbonation.
more sugar than any other one or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's so good.
What's the next question?
Oh, Sloppy Scopes writes in and says, happy anniversary, bros. Thank you very much, Sloppy Scopes. He says, my question is, as a family man also, my son is just about 3. Oh, that's a good age. It's inevitable that he will want to game it up with daddy. Hopefully, he says. Should I feel bad about it? Do you think gaming will get away from the stigma that it's for loners? By the way, his gamer tag is Snotty Scopes already. Oh, I have Sloppy Scopes is dad, Snotty Scopes is son. Dude, I want to wrap up my son's gamer tag.
No,
too.
I actually
tie it up.
I've been thinking about that. That's like a really big, exciting moment for me when we go downstairs
Yeah.
together. We load up the box. I give him his controller,
Yeah.
and we pick his first gamer tag.
Sloppy Scope says, still loving the show 5 years on. Thank you very much, Sloppy Scope. So, question. Should he feel bad about wanting to get his son into gaming? Do you think it's getting away from the stigma that it's for loners? Can I take this one? I don't think you should feel bad, and I think it's already gotten away from that stigma. I think that stigma exists in people that just don't know about games. Gaming is more social now than it's ever been. In fact, they've done studies. There are multiple studies that show that people that kids that play video games have more confidence when talking with other people and are better able to handle stressful situations than anybody than their peers in school. Like if something changes, they're better able to adapt. And I think it's because what gaming teaches you. Like let's look at a game like Sekiro, what we were just talking about, right? The game literally in a world in which we live in incredible wealth, right? Like the world today versus 20 years ago, we are wealthier than ever. No matter what, if you're in poverty, you've got an Xbox still, right? So challenges aren't necessarily there like they want. We don't have to worry about starving necessarily, right? So in a world where there's not huge challenges, I mean, I know that people have challenges. Everybody has their challenges going on. But a game like Dark Souls essentially teaches you that with practice you can overcome. Same with sports, right? Sports and gaming, I think, teach similar things. That with teamwork you can beat stuff. And you can overcome challenges, and something starts out hard, but the more you practice, the easier it is to overcome, and eventually you can get better at stuff, right? Like, so I think, and there's studies to back that up. There's psychological studies that back that up. I have a bunch of them. If you need them, reach out to me. I have tons of them. But yeah, no, I think absolutely you should be happy and proud. The only thing, and this is just in life in general, is I would teach moderation in life balance. Yeah. I think we see people, we have people in the community that have reached out to us and expressed this life balance. Whenever life gets out of balance with anything, you struggle. And I think sometimes in gaming, people use the fact that their life isn't in balance. They use gaming as an escape, and it ends up unbalancing their life even more, not helping it, right? So that's the only thing that I would worry about teaching your son. Sorry,
everything in moderation, right? Yeah. So if you do this 24/7 or gaming 24/7, you're not going to be able to take care of your family. You're not going to be able to pay bills. You're going to not have friends outside of...
Yeah, gaming should enhance your life. It shouldn't take away from it. If it's taking away from your life and your relationships, you're doing it wrong, right? Yeah. That's my point. Anything else? I feel like I was on a soapbox.
What was the question?
So I'm sorry.
I don't even know what your question was now.
He's excited to get his son into gaming. Who's 3? Do you should he feel bad for it? Do you think gaming will get away from the stigma that is for loners?
No.
I think it already has, largely, to be honest.
Well, gaming is at its most popular now than it's ever been before, and even people that say, even people that don't play games are actually playing games. I mean, we actually talked about this last night, but look at Pokemon Go, right? Everyone's playing that, right? You have Candy Crush. You have, you have all these. I mean, as much as mobile games aren't necessarily like always the best games, there are a few good ones here and there, right? But everybody's, gaming's more popular now than it was. Yesterday.
Just ensuring that, again, I'd just like to reiterate this, just ensuring that your life is balanced. Moderation, as Spicy said, I think is key. If your life is in balance, gaming is better, right? For myself right now, my eating and health habits are not in balance. I'm trying to get that in balance, and gaming will get better as a result, right? This root beer's not helping me, but you know what?
Libido isn't in balance, but gaming definitely helps.
Who cares? That, right? Ryan H. says, could not agree more. I've had many gaming slumps because of these reasons. Thank you very much, Ryan, for sharing. Yeah, I think...
Hey, maybe that's why I went into that weird phase in The Witcher, because I just ignored the world.
You did. Because Witcher sucked your soul, man.
When you would come over and you would stare at me...
Was that the time I got mad at you guys because I was trying to eat my noodles and watch my anime? Was that during that same phase?
I think it was. Yeah. So I was like, is he listening to Radiohead or playing Witcher?
He started wearing black makeup.
Yeah. His fingernails were all black nail polish.
Yeah, he's trench coats and spikes. I was like, what's happening to Jordan?
Yeah, David lived with me at the time.
Yeah, it was scary time.
It was very scary for me, too, because he would just stare at me.
Like, why are you...
Hey, my favorite moment of you living with me, this is totally off topic, but I remember my wife's sister came...
Did I do something embarrassing?
It was hilarious.
Okay.
So I remember we're sitting there in the living room, and my wife's sister comes over, and you have a dog.
Oh, yeah.
And he started, barking, and I was like, oh, here we go again. And
yeah, which barking? Dog's barking, whatever.
And then all of a sudden, he nipped at her, and David lost it.
Oh yeah,
this is a little lap dog, right?
It's a Yorkie.
Was this Bentley?
This was Bentley. So Bentley at the time, so when you're in between houses, dogs they become territorial, and so he's used to everybody that's there. But the sister, first time he sees her, she walks in. It's like, whoa, what are you doing? So he nips at her. No.
David established his dominance.
I am the alpha
male. Can I tell a story? Or
go ahead. You can tell it.
It's not animal cruelty. No. Bentley is still alive and well.
Yeah. And he no longer nips at people.
David.
Keep in mind, both of these my dogs were adopted, which it's a very rewarding experience. But it's a lot of work adopting dogs because they're messed up.
Well, because you don't train them from scratch. You have to retrain their bad habits.
Yeah, they're messed up because they've been messed up. They've had a terrible life experience, and you have got to train them to actually be dogs.
Yeah. So
I train my dogs.
David threw a pillow at him.
So wait, I'm sitting across the room.
Yeah, pretty
and
far.
She walks in.
And David Bentley, and like just grabs the nearest thing, which thankfully was a pillow, right? And just chucks it at him, and like
nail him.
As soon as that pillow contacted with Bentley, both ends, the bladder and the poop, just released from him.
He's so poor guy.
And then David gets more.
He didn't know what he did wrong.
Yeah, and then David gets more mad because now he's got to punish him for pooping in the house, right? So David stands up and goes over there.
Do you know what that means? That's like an animal's last defense. So he thought he was dead. That's what
he didn't know what.
Animal's last line of defense.
Well, okay, regardless, I overreacted and I should have handled that better.
I thought it was hilarious. You scared the crap out of him.
I comforted him and then took him outside, and he was fine after that. But let me tell you what's impressive. My accuracy with that pillow from across the room.
Dude, no, it was like you guys ever see Hot Rod when they do the poop your pants move? Like David did that with a pillow to an animal.
It's instinct. When you just react to stuff, when you act, not react, I took action.
Yeah.
Like your skills, the adrenaline hits, and you just I was Tom Brady with that pillow, man, just a laser.
Well, and I saw it when you were living with me. Bentley was trying to fight for the alpha male status, after that,
it was a confusing time for him.
We knew the hierarchy.
Yeah, there's a hierarchy. It is funny. There really is. When you watch, so I really enjoy, if you have a dog, this is completely off topic.
I love
Caesar, the dog whisperer. Have you ever watched him, Spicy?
He's awesome.
Well, and what he
and it makes me appreciate when people actually do the stuff he tells you to do.
Yeah, and what he brings out that a lot of people don't realize, and especially with little dogs. Little dogs are really easy. I actually never thought I would like Yorkies.
I've seen him kick a dog before. It was awesome.
But Caesar?
Yeah. Because the dog was actually fighting him, and I've seen him fight back, and he's just like, sometimes you just got to tell him who's in charge.
Caesar, he literally.
Yeah.
But one thing, and especially with little dogs, people have this issue, though. And even we were doing it before we watched Caesar, is they treat them like human. You treat them like a baby, like a little baby, and it makes the dogs terrible dogs because they're confused. They don't know. They're not human. They operate at an animal level. Pack. They're pack animals first and foremost. So they have a dominance hierarchy, and whoever is the alpha male is who they follow in a dog pack. Think of wolves. Think of hyenas. Any of those dog animals. And what Caesar really illustrates to people is you got to treat your dog like a dog. You are the alpha male. You're in charge. They follows you. And Caesar, like a dog could be acting up, and Caesar just walks up to them, boom.
And the dog
obeys immediately. It's literally like
they watch the show.
But it's because they're not humans. Like they, and by treating them like humans, you really do a disservice to them, and they're confused, and that's. And it doesn't mean like you treat them badly when you say treat them like an animal. No, you treat them like a dog. Like you relate to them on a dog level, right?
Yeah, he still talks about how they can be a part of the family. You love them, you have fun with them, right?
Your family becomes their pack, right?
Yeah.
And there's a hierarchy level in that pack, just like there would be in the wild, and that's instinctual. It's in nature. It's very cool. It's cool stuff.
What I really think about when we talk about this story is I wonder what would have happened, because I was next to the dog. What would have happened if that pillow hit me? Would I have cracked my pants? I
want your last line of defense.
Jordan was impressed because I took the dog, I took him outside, I cleaned up, and Jordan was like, "Wow, that's well, okay."
There was power.
We talk about Jono, our little brother. We've never really talked. So
David, right there, set up not just the alpha male with his dogs, with his brother.
Yeah,
it was Jordan's house, and that house now became David's.
Even I noticed his wife, Jordan's wife, was like, her head peeked up and was like, "There's the alpha male." It's instinctual, right? No, but we talk about John all the time. We don't mention our sister. Our sister, she has 2 dogs, and she does an okay job, but she also treats them like babies sometimes, to a point that it's unhealthy. And so I made sure that my dogs will not be like that.
Yeah,
and that is the key. It's the key with any animal. Like, you have to understand the animal, how they function, what their instincts are, and then go from there. Anyways, that's completely off topic.
No, it's not. It's good, actually, because I think what I've learned...
I don't know how we got on that story, but that was a good... I think
I've learned, because I've never owned a dog.
Yeah.
Oh. And I think you need to own a dog to appreciate a dog. Because I've had just time after time after time bad experiences with dogs. And it's because... I'm,
alpha male.
Well, no, it's just there's so many.
Do you have a pillow nearby?
I don't know. Here's an example. I'm sitting there at someone's house, and this dog comes and puts his nose right in my crotch, like just right in there. And I'm
you
looking
gotta do
around
the same
like,
thing back to him.
is anyone seeing this?
Yeah, that's like he's showing you love.
Then he's going to the next crotch and the next crotch, and everyone's completely ignoring this thing that's invading my special area, right? And it's just like I don't get it.
Yeah, that's
no, you got to get in there with his too.
Yeah,
you
just grab it.
Hey, oh.
But see, you'd have to own a dog to understand
that. Like he's putting his head in your lap. Like,
and there's so many things about him that I actually don't care for like that. Like that's just weird to me. Is that not weird? Let's be honest.
I feel like if we got you a dog, you would become like you and that dog because you're home all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd become we have a trail right outside it here. I feel like you'd become like wherever Mark was, there's his dog.
It's probably true.
Well, the one thing
you're
dogs,
probably right.
but I do think you have to own a dog to experience.
When
that.
I was 4 years old, I got a paper route, and I had it till I was like 15.
There's your
Those
dog
defense
experience.
dogs.
And
Right
I'm
there.
telling you, I have had so many bad experiences. Every single time a person yells, "Oh, the dog won't bite," I've learned it's gonna bite.
You probably happened once, and then you showed fear, and dogs sense fear.
No, I've learned how to not do that.
That
Do you know
is
what
hilarious.
you do? You know what you do if a dog's charging you? I've learned this. You press the invisible button on the ground. So you just lean down and press a button, and to the dog's eyes, you're getting in a fighting stance.
Unless it's a wolf.
Well, if it's a wolf,
If it's a wolf, you're screwed.
if you're
I run
if you're
back
in
at it.
Alaska hiking
If
the
it's
mountains,
a wolf, you're screwed.
Yeah.
What's amazing about wolves, by the way, sorry, I don't mean to change the topic here, but I'm going to just because I'll forget what I was going to say. But like I watch like the mountain men shows or the hunting shows.
I watched Liam Neeson fight wolf.
And people that are out in the wild, there's grizzly bears around them. There is no animal more feared by humans. There's cougars out there. There's grizzly bears. I mean, those are things to be afraid of. But wolves, everybody takes. It's amazing. Like wolves are the deadliest animal.
They're like raptors. They like fight in a pack and they come at you.
Yeah, they can
from
travel
side,
they can travel 40 miles in a day as a pack.
Yeah.
They fight as a pack. The thing about a wolf will kill just to kill.
clever girl.
Yeah.
Clever girl.
No, so I've had like a German Shepherd charge me before, and I'm panicking. But because I learned that trick, you stare at him and you just go down and press the ground with the pointer finger.
Iron Man pound.
No, well, you just like press the ground. I call it the invisible button.
Okay.
You just lean over and press it, and they like stop and back up. It's absolutely awesome.
You're challenging them.
And this is coming from 15 years of paper out experience.
So if
that's actually cool. I usually just run back.
does your wife? Because you guys have cats. Now you could have a dog with cats. You just have to have it as a puppy, so that it's used to cats as it grows up.
No.
Okay, yeah.
What is your wife a dog person? I never.
She's had several dogs in her life.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
She's
an animal
just
person.
She's
she
an
loves
animal
animals.
person, yeah.
True story. So we're trying to get a shed for my lawnmower and stuff, right?
Sure, yeah.
In our back, and we're like trying to figure things out. We went to a shed store.
Yeah.
And so the whole point of this shed is for my lawnmower.
Yeah.
And we're looking at like options and stuff, and she goes in and she's like, "Oh, I can put the chickens here. I can put the goat here. I can put the bunny here." And
I'm gonna
I'm
get a horse. Where's my horse going?
I think she went to our city hall and looked up our animal codes.
Oh, yeah, we can have horses in our backyard. We have mini horses, miniature horses.
Yeah, she looked at all. Once she did that, it was like game over. She loves my wife loves animals.
So what you're saying is, for Christmas, Jordan and I can hand select a puppy for you and
Well,
present it to
so
you
I was
here
what
on
Dave,
the show.
what David
It
was
probably
saying.
would be healthy for me to do that, but I have a hard time with dogs.
So
No, what David said about the dogs earlier, like, walking, I think you would really learn to like that dog for one reason, because dogs are one of the most loyal
I know.
animals. Like
he'd follow you around.
Yeah, you don't need that invisible button. That dog will just kill that other dog. You know what I mean?
I know, and
But no, see, I don't think Spicy is I don't think a German Shepherd or Doberman Pinscher is a spicy dog. I
don't think he's a lap
I
dog
think
person.
Spicy is a Newfoundland dog.
What's a Newfoundland? Here, let me look that up.
Newfoundlands were bred. First of all, they're buoyant.
Okay.
So they would be put on ships. They're huge. They're huge. It's the Nana dog in Peter Pan.
Oh yeah.
They're also bred they're nursing dogs. So
Dude, I don't know if I can take a dog that takes bigger dumps than I do.
Dude, let me tell you though, this dog, like it
is a cool
has
dog.
such a gentle mouth. Like people would put their babies with the dog because it's so big, and the dog will pull its ears. Anything, it just doesn't do anything. Its nature is that way, and it's the best swimmer. Like this dog would be put on ships and because it's so big, could save you from drowning. I feel like that kind of
I
dog.
don't know. This is a scary discussion.
Spicy's a nurturing dog guy. He needs a nurturing dog, not a. See me, German Shepherd. That's what my next dog.
yeah.
German Shepherd all the way.
My favorite dog of all time, and they would be almost perfect if they didn't shed, but would be like a husky.
Yeah,
because they look like wolves.
Well, see, a Newfoundland. That's the problem with the Newfoundland. They shed like crazy.
But a husky is like that's why they're up in Alaska because no one cares if you shed in the snow.
I couldn't do a big dog, and I have struggles with little dogs with egos, like the yappers,
like Bentley,
like your sister's dogs.
There's little dogs that are silent.
How do you get those?
I feel like a medium dog is good for you, like a Labrador or something like that.
We have 2 cats and
a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Yes,
those are bred to hunt lions.
I love those dogs. So you have to take those dogs running like every day because those dogs can run nonstop for something like 75 miles.
Wow.
What about a greyhound?
No, you don't. No, greyhounds are tough.
And I actually met a greyhound and it was taller than me. What was that? A greyhound?
Probably run faster than you two. Greyhounds are the racing dogs that they race.
No, yeah. So I have 2 cats, and one of those cats is like one of my favorite things I've ever. I never thought I'd like. My cat acts like a dog, without the cleanup of a dog.
You can just get the classic golden retriever. I mean, everybody likes
I feel like Spicy's a golden retriever guy.
Probably.
Yeah, because they're really loyal.
That's like the perfect nature. Although you do have to make sure you get a pure golden retriever because some of them have been mixed.
Yeah.
So they have. It's actually the number 1 bite.
You don't want those mudbloods, man.
No mudbloods. Not in dogs.
No,
way off topic.
I do like. I never grew up with animals, and Megan, my wife, she grew up with lots of animals, and she just loves animals. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic to try to learn to appreciate them, right?
I agree with PMH.
French bulldog,
a French bulldog.
I
want a French bulldog. That is I want a French bulldog. They're so cool. It's the modern family dog. They are cool dogs. Way cool. And they just sit there. He'll just sit with you. Like
he'll just come up on your desk and just watch you do your work.
Hey, look at this guy. Look at that. You could name him like Gus. Look at that dude. That's Gus.
That's called a French bulldog.
That's a French bulldog.
That's a really cute dog.
Dude,
That's a cute dog. Is that a yapper? I don't want a yapper.
No. Those are. I mean, all dogs are.
He's a deep
bark.
yapper. He'll be like, woof.
He'll be like,
yeah, he's raspy. Like what's the guy? The voice? I don't know, but like a raspy, like.
No, those are a little more higher pitched, but they're not yappers.
Yeah, you guys are working me pretty good.
They snort. Yeah, they snort and they snore because they have short snouts. So any dog with a snout has breathing problems.
Name
with no
him
snout.
Snoop, so you can have Snoop Dogg in your posse. That's a great idea.
Yeah. We talked about the X1. We can make it the X1. We can make him the XoneBros mascot. Oh,
yeah, we can get him a dog shirt.
And the thing is, you've got a yard.
You're working me
You've
so
got
hard.
a yard where you just let him out there.
Yeah,
that's what's nice.
But French bulldogs are like the laid back. He wouldn't utilize it.
He
just go out like 4 feet.
He just goes out to poop and then comes back in.
I'm done.
Oh, that's another thing I don't like. Poop.
Yeah,
you can train him to use the toilet.
Can you? That French bulldog will fall through the hole.
No. It's really not
You
bad.
get one of those kitty ones.
All you do is just pick it up as they go. That's what I do. You buy dog food bags. Poop.
Yeah, but with a cat, like they take care of everything. It's actually awesome.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a thing.
When the chips are down, will that cat stand by you?
The cat's gonna be. You won't know where the cat is. Off wandering somewhere, probably hunting.
So have you met
while you're being murdered? That cat's hunting a bird.
Yeah, when the apocalypse comes.
Have you
Gus is going to be next to you?
Have you met my guy cat, the boy? I call him the boy. Have you met the one that I like? He would stand right by me. He'd be my
Would he?
I'm He-Man. He's Granger. Right?
See, I need a backyard. This is why I'm getting
my battle cat.
We don't yet have a fence in my house. I'm getting a fence so I can get more dogs. I need a big dog in my
name
life.
It Duke. These are all good names too.
I like Gus for a French bulldog,
especially for especially for that French bulldog.
Yeah,
right
that's Gus.
That's Gus. He's the official mascot of the XoneBros.
Oh my gosh, you guys are working me so hard. So I never really liked animals ever. I mean, they're cute and all, but they were never for me. I never thought I'd get chickens. Right?
Oh yeah, chickens. That's my next.
My wife wanted chickens really bad, and I just kept saying no. Right?
No.
My mom worked me hard.
Oh really?
Yeah, she worked me so hard, and now we have chickens. So you guys are working me. I cannot believe I'm actually looking at these dogs and thinking we can.
Dude, okay, I know everything there is to know almost about every breed because I love dogs.
Yeah, I like dogs.
Like ask Tiffany.
My wife hates dogs.
Ask Tiffany. One of the first mistakes I made in our marriage was one day I just came home with a German Shepherd. You don't see that German Shepherd because we were married for like maybe a year at that point. and I have never seen someone get so angry, not at the dog, but at me just making a decision. That's like me coming home with a kid. Hey, I decided to get us a kid.
Look what I found.
Well, it really is. Animals
They were selling them at Rite Aid.
So I came home with a German Shepherd.
Dude, German Shepherds are cool looking.
Wait,
dogs.
you remember that dog? I named her Rue.
Rue?
Oh, I do remember that.
It's a cool dog, huh?
Yeah, when you were in the apartment.
Yeah. It lasted 2 seconds. It lasted
That's a
one
shame.
night, and I think I'm just barely being forgiven for making that decision on my own. I just randomly came home.
Hey, what's up? How was
Timothy!
work? Check
Hey,
out
Timothy,
Rue.
Look what I got. Hey, word to the wise. Ask your wife. Make that decision together.
that's my problem. My wife hates animals, and I love dogs. You know what's funny is when we
If I get you one, will you have to take it?
When we
She won't give it away.
No. When we babysit your dogs, she is really good with them, and your other dog, Poppy, they're inseparable.
Yeah.
You know, they're
see-
friends. But then she's always like, I hate dogs. And then she's petting Poppy. You know,
I hate dogs. Come here, puppy.
Yeah. And she won't admit it.
I hate this dog.
Yeah, she won't admit it.
She won't admit it.
Which is nice because I'm not gonna lie to you. Your dog Poppy, she kind of annoys me. So I'm glad
I'll be honest, she kind of annoys me too.
I prefer
Shut up.
Bentley.
Shut your mouth.
and I like-
there might be a B word that describes her.
She's my baby.
And I do like.
No,
Bentley
she was abused. We got her from basically.
Wasn't
puppy
she
farm.
a whore?
She's basically a prostitute.
she
She was
a
a prostitute.
whore?
She was full bred, but so she never was around humans ever.
Oh, okay.
So so when we first got her, she was vicious. If anybody, except towards me, a vicious to
The alpha
anybody.
male.
Well, she saw that pillow incident. And she doesn't.
But now the only thing she does is bark, and then she'll walk away. So she's come a long way. But she was a puppy farm. She just was used to breed puppies.
she is good around babies, though. I will give
Oh,
her
yeah,
that.
she
Because she
really
lets
is.
because she was
makes
made for
sense.
puppies, right?
Yeah. No, but
she
she was-
lets them pull.
She
and,
was
she's
never
very good, yeah.
socialized with humans at all for her first 3 years of her life.
I think it's because she doesn't like me, so I just don't like her back. Well, because every time we babysit your dogs, she always goes to Sarah, and I'm like, "Hey, Poppy," and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna hang out with."
This is
Sarah."
coming
And I'm
from
like,
the same guy that uses David's bed to sleep in, and all you're trying to dominate that house while David's gone, and you're watching his house.
It's not that she doesn't like you, Jordan. She doesn't respect you. There's a difference. Clearly, Sarah wears the pants in your relationship. Clearly, Sarah's the alpha male.
No.
Sarah didn't knock down a couple of trees today.
Yeah.
That's
You're
true.
gonna see what I did with a chainsaw.
That's true. Okay, sorry, guys. Let's get back on track. Sloppy Scopes, great question. Thank you very much. The question about gaming and the stigma and stuff like that. You Can't See Me writes in and says, first off, I just want to say you guys are awesome and have built a great community that I thoroughly enjoy each and every day. So my question is, did you ever imagine this is where it would be today, 5 years ago?
No.
Jordan, go. No. Why not?
I don't know.
I honestly, it just started out as fun.
It was just
it was for fun.
I mean, it still is a hobby, right? But it was just kind of, let's do this. Yeah.
But we had success early, and then it's maintained. And think about the experiences that we have. I never thought that we'd go to E3. That wasn't even on our radar
really fun.
until last year.
Well, it was
that
really
we talked to Major Nelson.
Yeah.
That we talked to Quick. That
Yeah.
people would know who we were in the Xbox echelons.
Community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the answer for me too is no. McSpicy, what about you?
No, I mean, even this week, we went to the barbershop. We streamed, for those listening, we streamed yesterday
At a barbershop.
at a barbershop. So we all just went to our friend Blake the barber, and we just streamed hanging out and getting shaves and everything. And the support, this is like, I cannot believe that it's actually even considered doing this kind of a thing as a job, right?
Yeah, and it's getting close.
And I cannot believe that. And it's because we had so much support even yesterday, today, right now during the show. Yeah. We're getting tips during it and everything, to support. And because doing something like this, we do it for free, and we all have jobs, and it takes a lot of time. We do this. We spend a lot of time on this. To me, it's just been a good time to hang out with you guys, right? And to hang out with the members of the community and all that. But
our relationship has strengthened.
To even consider that there are people out there that appreciate it enough to spend their money on, to support something like this. And I did not think that could have ever been a possibility.
Yeah. No,
What
I agree with
I
that.
never thought, I think, and we got to do them again, but meeting new people in the respect that we have like community plays and like and I'm bad with names, but we were playing Apex and just a couple guys jumped in and played, and it was just it was cool to meet new nice people, right?
From all around the world.
Same with with our
That's
community.
What's crazy.
When we do one of my favorite moments is the community when we all just kind of had a Mexican standoff in Halo 5. No one knew what to do, and then all of a sudden someone fired the first shot.
The shot heard around the world.
That wouldn't have been possible without doing all this, right? So
yeah, I think of some of those. I think that's when I teabag toast. But in my world, teabagging is a form of respect, right? Yeah. I think he was so mad at me.
That was funny.
I still remember that was funny, and it was total respectful. It was.
By the way, so we did do a special surprise barbershop cast, is what we're calling it. Never been done before at all, I don't think, on Twitch or Mixer, where we got our haircuts and we just sat back, talked, had barbershop talk. It turned out really well. Everybody that came and joined us said it was fantastic. They want to see more of it. We put it up on YouTube. So if
is it already on YouTube right now?
It is on YouTube. If you missed it, it is on YouTube. Go check it out. You could just fast forward through the setting up phase, which I think was only 10 minutes max. That screen's going to go away. We're editing that out, but YouTube will edit that out for us. But then enjoy it. It was a good time. And if you want to see more stuff like that, let us know, because we could definitely.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
figure stuff like that out.
I was thinking, because I have a real stressful job, like my real life job, and I know everyone everybody has stress in their lives and stressful jobs. I thought yesterday, after all that support that we had, just thinking that if I could do that just every day, the possibilities of what I could create.
Oh yeah, man.
Because I'm a content creator, right? This is what I do for my job. But to be able to do it for me and for the show and for the community and all that stuff, I just think I could do so much, right? So I never thought that it would be possible to do something like this for. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just in this community, kind of a thing, right? Like, so for example, I really enjoy creating the Patreon slides. So if you donate $20 or more on Patreon, I create you a custom slide, right? There are people that are now drawing their own. They're like, I'm gonna shout you out, Happy Mayo.
Oh, and I saw this, by the way, Happy Mayo. If you're out there,
you're so awesome. So he has a hand drawn thing that I'm now gonna create a custom motion graphic on our slide. So at the end of every live broadcast that we have,
if you're a producer,
over
on Patreon,
if you donate $20 or more, I will make you a custom slide that's usually, I think I'm 100%. They're awesome.
Yeah, I think they're really cool.
So I use a lot of resources and go and find stuff that I like. So what I've done in the past little while is I will look up your gamer tag and find your favorite games, and I'll try to match up what you would like, kind of a thing. Or if you contact me, I create your own stuff. But stuff like that, like to be able to have the time and be able to do that, even today, because today we did our couch cast today, just to do that daily I had no idea that was even in a consideration kind of a thing, right? So. Anyway, so I'm very grateful. I had no idea this was possible.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you very much. You can't see me. Appreciate it. Last but not least, this is our 5-year anniversary. So if we're reminiscing and you guys are like, "Oh, where's the games?" Talk about games. So it's our 5-year anniversary special. So,
you're saying shut up?
So suck it. No, just kidding. Soulfinder writes in and says, "Happy 5 years. I wanted your thoughts on some Battlefield 5 gameplay that was released on YouTube. Do you think they will make it free to play game in the future?" This is the Firestorm that they're talking about. Do you think they'll make it free to play in the future? I hope they keep updating the game to keep the Battle Royale game competitive. Also, Battlefield made the ping system, and it should be interesting to see them compete with Apex's system. That ping system we're going to see everywhere. There's no doubt about that.
The thing is, with games coming out with ping systems that have already been released, Apex controller design was revolved around. I think it's easier to probably put the ping system on a well, no, I think you run into the same issues, right? But anyway, when Apex came out, their ping system was designed around the controller layout, right? They thought, okay, right bumper is going to be our ping system, and this is how it's going to work. So your grenade's going to be over here, you know what I mean? This is going to be over here, this is going to be over here, you know what I mean? So I think it's a little bit harder. Newer games, I think, can do it because you can do it from the beginning. But a game where like, oh, right bumper in Battlefield is a grenade. How do we do a ping if we put it over here, and then we can switch this? And you know what I mean? Like I think games that are out now are kind of at a slight disadvantage.
Could you create like a modifier key?
Well, yeah, of course you could, but I mean, is that as easy as just hitting one key? You know.
Well, with new games,
I mean, what's nice about Apex is it's so fluid.
With new games, they'll do that though. Like the next Battlefield will have it much more, flow naturally.
Now, I'm not saying I haven't tried Battlefields. I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that, but I mean, Apex has the advantage of like that ping system was a cornerstone of their gameplay, right?
Yeah.
So it was built with that in mind.
So, Jordan, let me ask you this. Soulfinder asks, do you think their Battle Royale system, Firestorm, do you think eventually it will go free to play, or is this going to just be how it is, a game mode on their paid game system? Thoughts?
I right now I think it's just going to be a game mode like Call of Duty. I think Call of Duties from this point forward, I don't know for sure, but I think the new Call of Duty that they announced are going to have their campaign and stuff like that they talked about, but I think they'll have a Battle Royale mode. I mean, why would you take it out? You know what I mean?
Point,
yeah, so I mean, it's like Mark said before, it's like it's a new team deathmatch, right? It's capture the flag, it's odd, King of the Hill? Oddball, yeah, King of the Hill, Oddball, right? So, I mean, it all depends on how successful it is. Like, let's say, hypothetically, it takes off and it's better than Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, focus is going to be turned.
Yeah.
But, no, I think it's just, as of right now, I think it's going to be a game mode. Just a game mode. Just like how, for example, Battlefield is big open warfare, big game mode. Conquest is Battlefield, right? When I think of Battlefield, I think of Conquest. During Battlefield 3 and even with the new stuff coming out to Battlefield 5, they're doing like small team deathmatch type games, right?
Yeah.
That's not really Battlefield. That's not what Battlefield's good at. It's fun. It's nice to take a break with it and do it, right? And I don't have anything against having, squads or team deathmatch and smaller maps. Like I think it was Battlefield 3 had close quarters, and I always thought that was weird because I was like, why would you come out with a close quarters DLC when your game is about big open warfare and destruction? Sure. But it was a good time. It was more micro destruction. It was really fun. Did they take that out? No. Is it the main focus of the series? No. But it's there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I think. Obviously, Battle Royale will be a little bit popular of a game mode because of how Battle Royales are right now. But I think it's just for that game, it'll be a game mode.
Yeah, no, I agree. McSpicy, do you agree, disagree? You think it'll ever come as a separate standalone mode or a free-to-play mode?
In Battlefield?
Yeah, the Battlefield 5 or Battlefield Firestorm.
I don't know.
Or is it always just going to be in-game as a game mode?
I mean, I honestly don't know. It's what, I mean, you got to think in their eyes, what's going to be the most profitable, right? Kind of a thing. What's going to be the most popular? I don't know.
Where do you want to put your focus?
Yeah.
We got to remember though too. This is EA, and EA already has Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think it's a multiplayer game. It's the new thing. The only problem with it is connecting 12 people in a match is much different than connecting 100 people in a match.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to take way more.
Well, Battlefield's already good at that because you're thinking 32. You're already in 64-player matches. Right?
That's true.
You know what I mean? So
that's very
And their limit count is not 100. I believe it's I think it's actually 64. So their engine is already built for large scale warfare.
Okay, well then it's easy for them, I guess.
Yeah, they just hit a button.
they just flip that switch.
I think Battlefield's unique in the way that it'll turn heads because of the engine. Frostbite is one, really pretty, and the destruction, and they've said they want the destruction to be a big focus because it'll prevent camping, and they use that as an example. Oh, there's a sniper in there. I mean, it's just like the Oasis, I believe was the map in Bad Company where you just ran through the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, there's a sniper in that building. Knock the building down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting because it's in Battlefield, and I think being in Battlefield will bring a unique gameplay style to it.
I agree.
But I mean, is it going to outsell
you have
Apex and Fortnite? Maybe not, right?
Yeah.
PUBG, I don't know.
The older generations
playing
Apex, younger generations playing Fortnite. Is there room to crack any of those nuts?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, hey,
there's always room to crack nuts.
I think you take the Call of Duty, like, hey, we have zombies, we got awesome multiplayer, and we got Battle Royale if you want that. Right?
I know that was delayed.
But it was.
I had to go through my menu.
Same with Battlefield, man. We got a great first person shooter, good mechanics, awesome battlefields. Yep. Now you can play Battle Royale as well, right?
It's true. Great question, Soulfinder. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for writing in, guys. That does us. Let's do a forecast here. McSpicy, in 5 years, where do you think the XoneBros podcast and community is. We'll have a new Xbox. We'll have a new Xbox in 2 years.
Yeah. I'll probably be neighbors with like Major Nelson or something.
Oh,
like
okay.
That.
That's where you're. Oh, that would
That's
be
my
awesome.
goal. Like in that neighborhood, they probably all like live in a cul-de-sac.
I don't want to move to Seattle. I like.
I'll
Utah.
be.
They'll move here.
I'll be
Oh, okay.
taking my French bulldog on
taking your
a
French
walk.
bulldog?
The
Gus?
official, Gus, the official mascot of
You
the
should name him.
X1Bros.
You should name him X1.
X1.
Then we can always be confused whenever we're talking.
X1. Which dog? Which alpha?
Which hey.
Oh man, I have no idea.
I'll say it.
At this point,
I'll say
no
it.
idea.
In 5 years, we'll be full-time creating multiple podcasts.
Billionaires.
That's not only the goal.
I'll build a spaceship.
It would be so cool.
It's in sight. I think it's.
It would be so cool if I could spend my time doing stuff that's cool instead of stuff that's cool but not cool.
Not as cool.
Which
know?
we did talk about YouTube a little earlier. I want to mention that again. I don't think we've ever really sent people over to YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel, guys. We're trying to really build that up right now. Basically, what we're taking is we have the podcast that gets published there. So if you missed it live, you want to see the video, see what we're talking about. It's over there every week on YouTube, and then we're splitting up different segments, interesting segments of the show into separate content, into little clips each week.
I can guarantee you, to stir the pot, David's going to have a very special McSpicy hates Celeste moment. Did you really write that down?
Look at my notes.
Oh my gosh!
Right
and now
there.
I'm going to get so much.
And I know the. So one of our biggest videos is our opinion on Daisy. People hate it, man.
People hate that video.
But people subscribe to what they hate on YouTube. Oddly enough,
So, Dave, I know
it's
you
very
wrote that down
interesting.
to do that. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
So
No,
it is-
I like the game.
It is. You can just search XoneBros on YouTube, guys, or you can go youtube.com/positive gaming. Head over there. Let's build that channel. Let's build it up. Because McSpicy, his talent is videos. And so if we really start to build a community over there, McSpicy can make some. He's going to make some more videos.
I can make some good shit.
But we've got to get people there, to make it worth it for us to get that to happen. And then who knows what kind of stuff we'll make, but it'll be good stuff.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Good.
Anyways, youtube.com/positive gaming, or just search X1Bros over on YouTube. 5 years, I think we're full time. Jordan's going to be living next to Major Nelson. And Mr. McSpicy's going to have a French Bulldog.
Yeah, I don't know. Look at what I've been staring at this whole time. I can't believe that.
Dude, that right there.
I know.
You can't see the. No, they can't see this. But this
I'm
picture.
gonna show what
that's
I'm
what
looking at.
This is what your dog is going to be doing while you're mowing the lawn. He's just going to be out there just
See if
staring
I
at
can
you.
show this off because it's really like I've been staring at. That's basically like a permanent puppy, right? They just don't grow up.
Well, they grow up, they get thicker.
Hey, so do I.
No, but that's
They match your body weight.
So this is what I've been looking at, everybody, for the whole show. There's
So one thing that's
adorable.
one thing that's important to know when you are shopping for dogs or looking for a dog, know what they were originally bred for. And that's how you know what type of dog you want. What do you want in a dog? So, for instance, if you're a very active person and you want a dog that you can take running with you, that you can train to be off leash, that will follow you and run with you and just be super athletic with you, go on mountain hiking and stuff, you want a dog bred for hunting. Like, that's it. A dog bred for hunting. You want like a Labrador. Well, there's crossover dogs. You want a blood dog. A Weimaraner does that.
You do what?
What did you just say?
A Weimaraner.
A wiener wamer?
No,
A wiener rat. I can't even. I can't say that. I was gonna say.
Anyways,
I can't say what I was going to say.
A what?
A hunting dog would be good.
You don't want that type of
good
dog.
for you there. If you want a dog that just wants to sit on your lap and be in the house with you, lap dogs. So, for instance, that's why Yorkies are so easy. Yorkies literally were bred to sit on your lap. Like, that's it. They are a lap dog. There are
genetically enhanced.
There are other dogs that were bred to.
Genetically enhanced to do nothing.
Yeah, there are other dogs.
That's what I was.
There are other dogs that were bred to lay in your bed and attract all, like in the olden times, they would attract all the bed bugs or the fleas, and they were bred to lay in your bed. So today that's just hardwired into them. They just lay around, right? That's
What was a French bulldog bred for?
so a bulldog. A lot of the bulldogs. So the English
Just hanging
bulldog.
out.
So the English bulldog. Here we go. So you know the English bulldog.
Yeah.
So the English bulldog is incredibly expensive. You want to know why? It's not a natural dog. It literally is a freak of nature. So an English bulldog cannot have natural birth, and that's why they're so expensive. It has to have a C-section every time because its hips are so narrow. It was bred to gamble. So it was bred to cockfight, essentially. An English bulldog, you know the ring on a bull? So a ring on the bull, the English bulldog
Oh, yeah.
is low to the ground. So the horns can't get underneath of a bull, and it would just grab the horn of a bull, and they would bet. They would bet on like, I think the English bulldog's going to win. He's going to take down the bull.
Are you kidding me?
No, and that's
and
why
they would win.
So those dogs they're low to the ground. They basically can't walk, and they just lay around all day. They are if my dream dog is an English bulldog, but they're
like
super,
$3,000 or
they're
something,
super
right?
expensive, and people insure them because and it's crazy. But yeah, just look at what they're originally bred for, and that will tell you a lot about what type of dog. I think the problem is people who have dogs that they don't match up with. They bought the wrong breed. People like the look of a dog. They don't realize what it was bred for and what personality. You're going to get a dog that's going to be hype. So, for instance, I need a dog that has zero hype.
So that's an English bulldog.
There it is. Right. So you know the Fraser dog. It's a Russell Terrier. That dog is built to hunt rats. Like that's its job. So it's super hyper. All terriers are rat hunters, right? So they're super hyper. They dig a lot. Like they're really hard to train because you just let them go hunt the rats.
So
right?
Tell me this.
So you don't want a terrier.
So basically, this is what you're doing. I'm going to a store and I'm saying I don't want any of this. I want that. And you're explaining to me everything I don't want.
Yeah.
I want a dog that is a lazy AF. That just sits
French
around.
bulldog.
You say what you want to do. So you want
French bulldog would be perfect for him.
Well, there's other dogs like a mastiff just lays around.
Those are big.
I don't want one that drops turds bigger than me.
A mastiff weighs 300 pounds.
I know. I don't want that. I want a smallish dog that doesn't.
See, though, your wife wants a big dog. She said in chat already. So I feel like I should go for my dream dog, which is
she wants a.
There it is, right there.
Oh, that's funny.
The star.
Everyone, we just laughed. People can
Reactor Link says call your dog Teabag.
Is that what? Is that what French bulldogs are bred for? Just hanging out?
I don't know. I don't know what a French bulldog was built for. I don't know why.
I feel like they're built to hang out.
But they are more like hanging around, just like an English bulldog more. But your wife said she wants a big dog, and I think a Newfoundland is the perfect big dog for you. That's my dream. That's my dream dog.
I have zero desire to get a big dog. Absolutely zero.
You can get a bloodhound. They're pretty big.
You guys, once again, I'm telling you what I don't want.
A happy, honestly,
and you guys are trying to convince me that I want that.
I would think like a happy in between would be like a German Shepherd or a Golden Retriever, but they're more active, so you wouldn't like those.
I don't want a big dog.
No, they're like,
and I don't want a small yapper. I want a cute thing that I can look at it and go, "Hey, stupid," and then be like, rub its head, "Hey, stupid, you're an idiot,"
Golden Retrievers
and then love the thing.
Golden Retrievers and like German Shepherds are normal sized dogs. You know what I mean? They're not small and they're not big. They're normal.
I love the boy cat that I have because he is just such an idiot, and I think it's awesome. He tries to jump on things and fails. He'll just lay on his back and be like, I give up. Like I love that. I love a dog and dogs are pretty dumb in general, right?
Yeah.
All right, see?
Well, no.
You both say
they're obedient.
They're obedient. They'll defend you, man. If a robber comes in, you'll have the machete, and he'll just...
I just like cute things.
You know what you should get?
And I don't like loud things.
David,
I like cute things, loud things, and not big things.
What's the dog
big things intimidate me.
What's the dog that fights with Maximus at the beginning of Gladiator?
That's
the kind of dog you want.
Yeah.
When you're fighting the barbarians of Rome, you want that dog on your side.
It's like it's a bulldog. No, it's like an American bulldog.
I want that dog to watch me playing as a Roman general on a video game.
And then he'll probably grab a controller and, that's...
Oh, my gosh.
I think you'd be a French bulldog, man.
Not a yapper. The yapper is number 1 I don't want, and big is number 2 I don't want.
French bulldog. I think it ticks both your boxes.
That's a nice middle.
And dogs,
so a French bulldog probably runs about 20 to 30 pounds. To put that in perspective, Poppy is 6 pounds. Bentley's 10 pounds.
My cat is heavier than your dog's.
Oh yeah. Those dogs are little. So Poppy's super little,
and you can train them not to be yappy.
Yeah,
that takes effort.
Just like kids.
Seriously, I want an already trained dog. Then
Megan will train. You just enjoy.
She'll spoil the thing. She can't see the bad in any animal in the world. She'll spoil the thing.
Oh, Saint Bernards are super lazy. That's true, but they do drool a lot.
Well, Saint Bernards are huge. That's
Saint
Beethoven.
Saint Bernards are cool, though.
Saint Bernards are Beethoven, right?
Saint Bernards are cool.
Oh,
but yeah, that is Beethoven. I took I have a picture. Hey, I have a picture of myself with Beethoven, the actual Beethoven dog.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh.
I think you're lying to me.
No, I can whip it. I'll whip it out.
Whatever.
We already had this talk before, and you were like, "Whip it out." I don't believe you. When I whipped it out, it proved you wrong.
Did you really? We have
not this conversation, a similar conversation.
Okay.
You can get Beast from Sandlot.
Sandlot is a Sandlot is a
Is he a bulldog?
No, Sandlot.
Dude, that dog scares me.
No, Sandlot's
that is
Ready for
actually
this?
my childhood.
Sandlot's a Mastiff. I also have a picture with that dog.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling
Hercules,
you,
right?
Yeah.
You are bringing up like I'm now thinking of really bad childhood events that I had.
Look at that though. Look at
look
it's
at
so
that.
good with kids. Like that's a Newfoundland. Same thing. Like I will show you a video that will warm your heart.
I don't want a big dog.
So there's right there. That's Beast.
Okay, once again, you're showing me a big dog.
Well, they're not big. Like that goes up to like my knee. They're normal sized dogs.
What?
Maybe my thigh.
Maybe your thigh. That's a big difference. That's a good 20-pound difference. 10 to 20-pound difference. Anyways, it'll warm the cockles of your heart.
The cockles of your heart.
You can get a wiener dog.
I probably would do well with a wiener dog. I think I would do well with
There's
her.
a hunting dog that is my dream
All right.
dog. It's like a
Okay, I'll tell you this. People out there in the
corgis
world,
are cute. Corgis
Okay.
are cool. Corgis are way cool.
Okay, you feel free to message me on Discord of a dog that these guys are telling me dogs I don't want. I want a cute. I don't mind a small to medium small dog that does not yap, that requires little to no training, and is cute.
Do you want to? Can I share with you my dream dog though? Like
Yeah.
honestly,
You
this,
feel
ask,
free
ask
to-
Tiffany. This dog's super expensive, but this is my. It's called a Vizsla. This dog.
Is it the hairless cat?
Get a
dog?
robot dog,
This dog.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna have to go.
a Frenchie. Rob, okay, I know. I'm looking at you. Told me the Frenchie, Rob G88, and I'm looking at these Frenchies. Those are cute.
So
dogs.
this is a Vizsla. Like
Yeah, French bulldogs. Right?
I want a Vizsla because they're like regal. But right when I tell you about this dog, so it's a hunting dog.
yeah.
So it's gonna take a lot of work. Like I gotta take it. But that's my dream dog. I feel like it's regal. Like it just fits. When you look at that dog, you just say, David. That's David, right? Check that dog out.
That's David in
So
dog
that's
form.
a Vizsla. So a Vizsla, ready for this, is bred, because it's bred for hunting, bred to have no scent, no sound. They walk more like a cat than a dog. And because of hunting, right? And so they don't have that doggy smell. And they clean themselves like a cat. They're the only dog that cleans themselves like a cat. So that's my dream dog right there. The only problem with that is I got to take that dog running or else they go wild. That's another thing. So if you have a hunting dog and you try to keep him in the house, you don't take him running, he will destroy your stuff because he has all this built up energy. He's got to do something with it.
You got a Tom
And that's-
Hanks
and people, so
situation.
people don't match up their people.
You got a Tom Hanks situation. Okay, gotcha.
Turner and
man.
Hooch. Yeah. Hooch.
Yeah. Okay, let's get this show out of here. Hey, thank you very much, guys. That does us for the week. Hey, again, message us. Please go subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to build that up and message us. Let us know if you want some bonus shows. If you enjoy the Barbershop cast, it went so successful. We've thought about adding some things in there.
Yeah, I think that was so cool.
But
because when we did the barbershop, we've never seen anything like it before. We were wondering if it was going to be dumb just to get our haircuts. Right?
yeah.
But
But it turned out really well. It's really interesting. It's over on YouTube now. Go check it out. Subscribe to us there and let us know. But guys, thank you very much. 5 years. Here's to another 5 years. Thank you guys. You guys are the reason we're here. Thank you guys for all your support. We appreciate it. We love you guys. Have a great rest of the
I
week.
should probably hit the outro, right? Is that what?
Oh,
is that
we're
what
not
I
doing
do?
that.
I just started talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that outro,
I just started talking.
and we'll hang out after the show as always. Everybody,
As
that's here.
always, yeah. So stay tuned for the after show party. Happy 5 years anniversary, everybody. We will see you guys later. Also, don't forget, rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes. That's another good way to get us out there and bump us up in the rankings. Have a great week. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Dogs.
Still,